Hello and welcome to Tilted Table. I am your host with the most, not Steve, aka Praveen, and today we are going to be playing a game based on the theory of Evolution, by North Star Games.
So is that your Twitch name too? Not Steve? Did you change it again?
You can call me whatever you want.
All right.
Just not Steve.
Twitch.tv/not Steve.
So we have a new face here and a floating face over there on the bottom of your screen. So I think we will go around and do a quick intro, shall we?
Sure.
I am Praveen.
You're just gonna do it again?
Hieroglyphics
Okay.
on Twitch. I do what I want. I'm the host this week.
Okay. I already missed Steve. I'm Jordan, aka Axel Hellfire.
Producer.
Oh, we're going all the way. I like this.
Clockwise.
We're on the table.
Clockwise to who?
We're going in. We're going in
It doesn't
not
matter.
stream
Either way,
order.
it's clockwise. It's clockwise around the table, clockwise on the screen. Oh, yes,
Hi
it is.
guys. Slaughter.
In a box. She's actually physically in a box too.
I'm trapped.
It's the producer booth.
Hello, I'm Joel, the guy with the long hair, and Foilstorm Girl on Twitch.
I like that. That's like your formal name. Casual name is long hair guy. Formal name is the guy with the long hair.
That's a title.
Sounds like an informant.
I like it. That's how you get introduced at like balls.
I'm
Formal
Kyle,
name.
aka Pattern of Amber on Twitch.
That's a great
Oh,
name.
that's a
I say
great
that
name.
every time.
The Amber Chronicles.
Loves last name.
Yeah, so do I. I really like Lord of Light.
So good.
Okay, and you will be gratified to know that I will not be explaining the rules this week.
Yes.
So we may start on time, but you may be gratified to know that I will also not be listening to the rules.
So that's normal.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
pretty
meme.
much.
Business
But
as
I mean,
usual,
like, I
right?
think I think people really appreciate that about me.
Operational
Awesome.
excellence.
Well, before we jump into the game, why don't we go back and thank some of our newest followers? Since our
Followers?
last stream, we had a lot of followers.
What?
We,
Since our
well, that we thanked those people.
these ones? No.
Yeah. No? Did we? Oh, we forgot them. You're right.
We had a stream on Sunday.
Crick
Yeah,
Camp, is
remember?
that a new emote?
All right.
We streamed on-
Jordan, do we have our new emote on Twitch? Can we spam
we
that?
we do have a new emote on Twitch. If you are a tier 2 subscriber, you will get access to 2 emotes, including our new emote Board G Hype.
Newly designed by yours truly, not
Boom.
Steve.
Not Steve, our amazing graphic designer.
Whoa, what happened to that, like, stagger?
Yeah, it's a
Chat.
thing. So, thank you, Dean of DVD. Thank you, G Hammer
Designed by
85, Danny Diddle, Whooped,
Whoops.
Kika, Dachitas, Peaches Bay.
Oh my god, that's a great one.
Yeah, Peaches Bay is awesome. She's a good friend of mine on Twitch. Drawlod, Mavandermuse, Fernando 2088, Bruce Vogue. I'm not sure if
Vogue.
I'm not sure if it's Vogue or Vogue. I apologize, Bruce, because I know you're there. But I had no reason to know how it's pronounced, so you can correct me on chat right now if I'm wrong. And thank you, North Star Games TV, for hosting us. For those of you who haven't figured that out yet, North Star Games is the publishers of Evolution. And they are here with us tonight in chat as North Star Games TV, and also Bruce, who I mentioned previously. So we are super, super excited to have you guys here.
To play the theory of evolution.
Yes. Yes. Because Evolution is a game.
I also want to comment that Steve Buys Betting is very much an NSFW adventure novel series.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, do we have a street snack this week? I have heard rumors of such a
Oh.
thing.
We do.
We do. Penguin sent us.
Wait,
a
how are you
street
going to get out of the box? Are you breaking the walls?
Yes.
Yeah, the fourth wall.
Meta.
Whoa.
Meta AF.
Okay, so there is a card
There's a
which I
escape
have not
hatch through
opened.
the fourth wall.
I have not opened this at all, so you guys can
Is
reveal
it sensitive contents?
this. I don't know what's in there.
The letter is
I
sensitive.
So
opened
it's
it.
labeled slaughter. That's scary.
Yeah.
That's true. Like if I received a package literally just labeled slaughter,
Yeah.
I would be very scared.
The office like mail people might have just been like, Somebody make a call. Yeah, so you guys can see that. Just slaughter. That's it.
The casual slaughter.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
What is
there's a
this?
lot of items in there.
Ooh, do you want paper?
Says just because.
Do I? Do I
Just
ever?
Because.
because.
Oh my god.
It's so cute.
Oh my god.
You guys, we got paper.
I am
Check this
merely an
out.
illusion.
Oh my god, they're so cute.
What is it?
Okay, so her card says Kate and Tilted Table. Hope the magical creatures you make in evolution are just as sweet as these penguins.
Oh my god.
Thanks, penguin. I don't know if you own.
All right. So there
Eat your
are
heart out. No food for you.
there is a
Get wrecked.
there are pops. There's two of them that are unicorns. One is bubblegum flavored and the other one is strawberry flavored.
Oh my god.
If you want to hold those up.
They're so
And there are
cute.
two
Oh my
more
God.
that are vanilla flavored marshmallow pops that are like the full face of the unicorn, and I definitely
Oh
want.
my god, I'm
one of
having
those.
problems. That's like, its eyes are freaking me out.
Yeah, this one is like half cow, half unicorn, and I love it. And it's sticking its tongue out, which is super cute.
Hey, it's horses on demand.
Yeah, you asked for them, we provided them. Horses on demand.
Okay, I demand
Alright.
vanilla because I can't eat strawberry.
All right, well, I'm gonna claim a marshmallow pop as well.
Alright.
So
Distribute
And
your
then the other
spoils
one-
there are
reward.
four, so I don't know
Awesome.
how you guys want to divide that up.
Doesn't matter.
Strawberries here. For
Actually,
the
Kate,
strawberries.
you're free to have mine
I
if
think
you
that's
want.
bubblegum,
if you would
maybe?
like.
I would
No, I'm
prefer
okay.
strawberry.
You
to
sure?
blueberry.
Yeah.
There we go.
I have enough candy to feed a small family under this table.
Yes, you do. I don't understand how your biology works.
It doesn't.
Yeah, my treat today.
How
is
does
my
biology
cider.
work at all? We're about
Yes.
to learn.
We can't save you on
Apparently.
horses,
There's
NSFW
sorry.
stream.
There's only
Age
there's only
limited,
4,
Please.
and we're going to eat them because they're so delicious.
Actually, I like to save these, just you know, for reasons.
Just for
Actually,
reasons.
you know what? If you want a lollipop, anyways, Slaughter, we do have the space lollipops still.
Do we?
Yeah.
Wait, do we really?
They're
Those
in the
things are
box
forever
still.
ago.
Oh,
But that could happen. Like it would just be a team effort. All right. So
Thing's already on.
we'll just put this unicorn here for a bit, just chilling out.
It's so cute.
It's
I'm going
super
to enjoy
cute.
this.
Do you want to see it
I
up
got a
close?
card that says my name and then the rest of you.
Do you want to see it up close?
Oh, Kate and Tilted
Kate
Table.
and Tilted
oh,
Table.
man.
That's
What?
messed up.
I just was holding it closer in case you didn't get a good look at it.
Well, I had a
I like
crazy
the other
woman
ones,
come
the
try to
strawberry
like
ones.
design our SAS hats exclusively for me. She addressed me. So, you know what? Take that.
Okay, those eyes are a little freaky.
They follow you around.
Oh my god.
So this is interesting because it's a new way of like setting up the camera layout, but I can't really look at chat without totally being over here.
I
Hey,
mean,
you
we
gotta
could put
give
a
them a hair
laptop
flip.
there for you.
That would be helpful.
Do you have a laptop?
No.
That would be helpful.
I've got one with me.
Okay. Anyways, so about this game, Evolution.
The theory of evolution.
That's not the name of the game.
But it is the theory of evolution.
No. In this game, we all ignore Praveen.
Is it
Okay.
the game of life?
That's just life. Yeah.
All right, so the way this game works is in Evolution, you all have a bunch of species that you are going to more or less evolve.
Hello.
That is the. Hey, Vodka, welcome. So
he
that.
prefers to be called shots.
No, I know better.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Can I call him QC?
Yes. Okay. You should just call him Mystic.
Huh?
It's fine. All right.
This is going to take a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked really solid.
Make some
It's-
good. I want to like challenge you to make as much progress as possible throughout the stream.
All right.
Okay.
No, no,
I'll
do
be
it
the
like.
barometer
But
for
without
this.
biting it off, just like only licks.
See, I'm very.
Oh, are
Do
they
it lollipop
solid?
They
I
are
thought they were
solid
like marshmallows.
sugar.
These ones are marshmallows. Those are
Oh, I
hard.
see.
Oh.
Regret.
How many licks to get to the end?
I'm counting the licks now. Jeez.
can't actually
I won't
take
be able to
bites.
play the game.
All right. So, each of us will be managing one or more species, and we'll be evolving them with different trait cards.
Sweet.
So you all have a player aid card here, which looks super cool. On the back, there's also more information which our
We're
producer
good. Forces
will
on
make
Demand
visible
is not
to you
present
viewers
physically,
as well.
so it's a great stream already.
So, on your turn, a number of things happen. The first thing is anybody who does not currently have a species board at all gets one. So you always have at least one species. If for some reason all of your species were to die off, you would get a new one at the beginning of the next turn. Then we deal 3 cards to each player, plus 1 card for each species you have. So right now on the first turn, we each get 4. Would you deal this out for me?
I will. So.
Can you give me like a card from the middle so that I can use it for explanations? Great. So, cards have a number of different things. They have a title at the top, which I can show here on our camera. Right? They have a title at the top. They have a number in the bottom right, and then there's some text at the bottom that describes what the card does. There are 2 ways that you can use cards. The first thing that you can do after the cards are dealt is we select food. Now, all of our species exist in the same habitat. They all rely on the watering hole and the area around it to get food, because that is how they survive. So, after the cards are dealt, everyone looks at their hand, they pick 1 card, and they put it face down in the watering hole. That card is worth an amount of food equal to the number in the bottom right. That number can be positive, 0, or negative. So you could try to sabotage people by making there be less food in the watering hole for various reasons. Then, everyone will have the opportunity to play cards. We're going to use what is called the quick play rules for the purposes of making the stream faster. Normally, everyone would play cards one at a time, face down, and then reveal them all at once. We're actually going to all play cards at the same time and then reveal them together so that we don't have to wait on each person to make their decisions. So what you can do is cards that you would like to use as their traits, you can play face down next to your species, up to 3. Species can have no more than 3 traits. At any point during the game, you can discard a species that you have on, or a trait that you have on a species if you want to get rid of it. If there are many reasons you might want to do this. Maybe you actually want to replace one of the traits that you have, so you discard the other one, play a new one. Or maybe a trait that you have is actually inhibiting your ability to keep your species alive, and so you just like, this is not working, I'm going to discard it. There are very few instances where that happens, but it is a thing that you can do. Then, once everyone has played... second thing that you can do on this turn while you're playing cards is you can discard a card in order to increase any species population or body size by 1 per card discarded. So if I discarded 2 cards, I could get 2 population, or I could get 2 body size, or I could get 1 of each, right? And I will explain what those are for in a bit.
Body size, Craigasm.
Yes. The second thing, or the third thing that you can do during the play cards phase is you can discard a card to get another species.
Beautiful.
So you can have more than... Okay. You can have more than 1 species, like so. So if I were to discard a card to get a species, I would put another species card out, and I would give it its cubes, right? And they start at 1 population, 1 body size. Once I have, in that same turn, I can also play traits to it from my hand if I have more cards. So you can create a species and give it traits all in the same turn if you'd like, and also increase its population or body size. It is important to note that the order of your species not only matters, but it cannot be changed once placed. So if I have 2 species and I want to create a 3rd species, I cannot splice it in between the other 2. It can only go to the left or the right and build outwards. And that is because there are certain traits that you have that affect the species next to them, and you kind of have to decide ahead of time what species you want to be next to other species when you create them, right?
How is Fiacra a mod? How am I still not a mod on this channel?
Because nobody can spell your Twitch name.
Fiacra is our DM.
Also that.
I'm our host with the most.
I mean, I modded, not Steve. Why don't you have the powers?
Fine.
Uh-oh.
I'm creating the account, not Steve, right now.
Security alert.
I bet it's already.
Security alert.
I bet it already exists.
I'm gonna find out.
All right. So once we have all played cards, then we will go ahead and reveal all the face-down trait cards. Right. So in this case, ambush. Let's say that I created a species and I played one trait card. Right. Once everybody's revealed all of the cards, then we will reveal the watering hole. So we'll go in, we'll shuffle up whatever was played in the watering hole so that we don't know who played which card. We will add up the numbers in the bottom right, and that's how much food goes into the watering hole for this turn. Food tokens are double-sided. There are sort of green leafy bits, and then there's another side that is kind of like a hunk of meat off of an animal. Food that goes into the watering hole
Steve, you wanna see my
is
sign under the
all
table?
plant food. So the point is, you have a watering hole, and vegetation grows around the watering hole, and that is how your species can thrive. Because by and large, most species are herbivores unless they have the trait carnivore. If you are a carnivore, when you get food, it will not come from the watering hole. It will come from other species, and it will be of the meat variety. And I will come back to that. Everybody follow me so far, except Praveen?
That's
Yeah?
just natural.
Cool?
Also, there's no non-Steve. It is taken. Do you think that's
I
something?
told you it was
Can I
taken.
exercise my staff powers
No.
to claim that one?
No.
Alright, good.
What do you mean?
At the point
Just boot someone.
at the point where we reveal the cards for the watering hole, there are some green trait cards that say, before the food cards are revealed, do this thing. So right before we reveal the cards to find out how much food goes in the watering hole, we would activate any of those traits that were visible. Then, once we have added the food, starting with the person who has the first player token, which has mysteriously and shockingly disappeared.
Where did I put it? Jeez. I'm actually like shocked now. Oh, I put it next to my pizza, so
Oh,
it's
yeah,
messed
that's
up
good.
because this is clearly like a herbivore.
Yeah. So we have this super cool first player token. Whoever has the first player token for that turn gets to feed from the watering hole, or they get to feed a species first, which may or may not involve feeding from the watering hole. So on your turn, let's say there's, a couple food in the watering hole, right? Let's say that I am the first player. I have two species. I can only feed one of them at a time. So I decide to feed this guy. I will pull one food out, and I'll put it here. Then it will go to Joel. Joel will grab a food. Kyle will grab a food. Praveen will grab a food. These three will disappear. It'll come back to me. I still have a guy who needs to feed. There's no food left in the watering hole. I'm out of luck. That's it. I'm done. So he just doesn't get any food, and I'll come back to that. If, however, he was a carnivore, regardless of whether or not there's any food in the watering hole, I could have the carnivore attack another species. It could even be my own species. And the way attacks work is accepting trait cards that modify how attacks work or protect. There are a lot of cards that give defense or make carnivores stronger. Accepting those traits, the normal attacks are you as a carnivore must have a body size greater than the body size of your
baby,
target
Kyle
species.
is hot. Jeez.
Yeah.
Let's keep it age appropriate.
I mean, it is hot in here. We should open some windows. For real.
So we can hear all the sirens.
I mean, we already can. The police are coming for us. It's too hot.
How do I mod myself?
You can't. You don't.
I'm gonna spam shit into the chat until it works.
Okay. So the other
Didn't
thing.
work. Yes.
Nice. Nice. Because I don't want to explain this wrong, I'm just going to double check. Feeding a carnivore. Okay. So when you attack someone, when you attack a species that has a body size larger, or body size less than your carnivore, right? So your carnivore has higher body size. You reduce the target's population by 1 because you ate some of their species, and then you gain an amount of meat food equal to their body size of the attacked species. So in this case, we all have 1 body size and 1 population. So if I had a carnivore with 2 body size, I can attack any of these species. They would lose their last population and die, but not before I took 1 meat food off of them. This feeding continues until everyone is done feeding. Either all of their species are fed, or you cannot feed your species any further. Any species that does not have food equal to its population must feed if it can, until it cannot, either because there's no more food or it's a carnivore and there's nothing left to attack. Once that is done, any species...
You have a rules clarification.
Yes, thank you. As I said before, only plant food goes into the watering hole, so the meat food would come from our excess food bag. It does not come off of the species food board. Any food that is eaten stays eaten regardless of what happens. So yes, thank you for that clarification.
I love when the like makers of the game are in chat, because then they always correct Jordan when his rules are wrong.
I wasn't wrong, I just didn't say it in that way. I didn't say the food came from somewhere other than the bag, I just didn't clarify it explicitly, and that was a great clarification. Can't time me out. Lol. So, I lost my train of thought now. Yes. Let's say, for example, that this species here had 2 population, but only managed to get 1 food. Once all the feeding is done, any species that has more population than the amount of food that it has managed to eat reduces its population down to that level. So if I had 3 population and managed to eat 2 food, I would go down to 2 population. If I had 6 population and only ate 1 food, I would go down to 1 population. So be careful in this game not to increase your population so much that you can't feed your species, because you're just going to lose that population again. However, the higher population you have on your species, or the more species you have, depending on how you look at it, the more food you can eat in a single turn if that food is available. And that's important because once we are done feeding and we've reduced population, any food that you've eaten goes into your bag. This bag contains all of the food you've eaten during the game. At the end of the game, we will count that food, and whoever has the most wins. Simple as that. So
I heard maybe 5% of that, so it's not
eat as much
quite that
food as
simple.
possible.
Okay, I was
Praveen,
thinking about
this is
the
the
other
perfect game for you.
I mean,
Eat
yeah.
as much food as possible.
No explanation needed.
Yeah.
Okay, Praveen will beat us all.
Yes. All right.
One last week. Fact.
So
Hi, Sam.
I'm trying to think if there are any particular things that I want to explain. I guess we could go over, there's not too many trait cards. I can go over the trait cards really quick just to make sure you guys understand how they work. Feel free to follow along with your player aids. If our producer wants to put that up as well for people in the stream, that's cool. But I'm just going to read these through. So starting with the I'm not going to do these in alphabetical order because they don't all make sense. But I'm going to start with burrowing. So burrowing, this species cannot be attacked if it has food equal to its population. So that means if I have 3 population and I currently have 3 food on this species, I cannot be attacked. Period. If I have 2 food, I can be attacked. If I have sometimes there's other situations, but essentially at any point during the feeding phase, if I have equal population and food, I cannot be attacked. Maybe I had 3 population and 2 food and I got attacked. Now I have 2 population and 2 food. Now I can't be attacked, right? Carnivore. Carnivores cannot get plant food from the watering hole. They must attack and eat other species. They can never eat plant food for any reason. So carnivores, as I said, attack in the ways that I've mentioned. Hardshell. hard shell gives you +4 body size when determining if you can be attacked. So if your species has hard shell and 1 body size, it's the same as having 5 body size, which means it can only be attacked by a carnivore with 6 body size, or a trait that I'll get to later. Horns. A carnivore must decrease its population by 1 when attacking this species. So that means if a carnivore attacks me and I have horns, it first loses a population, then it feeds on me.
Can we explain what does the little leaf represent here?
Yes, we did explain that. That is the amount of food that goes into the watering hole when you place food during the select food phase. It's fancy, right?
Mm-hmm. It's like there are rules or something.
I don't
Games have
know what the
rules?
first half of Bruce's statement is because I can't see that far up, but there's something about murdering other players and I like it.
No, that's it.
Okay. Oh. Eat as much food as possible. Can never. Okay. Oh, was probably responding to something that we said in the stream and I lost the context. But I agree, there are things that are how you murder other players. Probably just carnivore. Yeah. Let's go to climbing. Climbing, carnivores must have climbing in order to attack this species. So you're safe unless the carnivore that is attacking you also knows how to climb. Makes sense, right? Cooperation. When this species takes food, your species to the right also takes 1 food from the same source. So that means that if
Cooperative eating.
right, so if this species has, I'm going to pretend this is cooperation. If this species has the cooperation trait, then when it feeds from the watering hole, I'd get to take a second one from the watering hole, even though I can only feed 1 species at a time, because I have cooperation and it goes on the species to the right. So that is a way to accelerate your feeding when you can really only feed once per turn. There are several of these traits, particularly cooperation, allow you to get more than 1 food at a time when a feeding takes place. Defensive herding. A carnivore must be larger in population to attack these species. So that means not just body size matters anymore. They must also have more population in order to attack your species. Let's go to long neck. Before the food cards are revealed, take 1 plant food from the food bank. So if you have long neck, you can take it straight from the bag, regardless of how much is in the watering hole. You can make sure that your species gets at least 1 food. This can combo with cooperation, such that if you have a cooperative long neck, you can take 2 food from the bag and put 1 on each of those species. Make sense?
Sure.
Pack hunting. Pack hunting allows a carnivore to add its population to its body size for determining if it can attack another species. This is a great way.
Thanks for the snack.
Yes, thank you so much, Narcoleptic.
Those are amazing.
Pack hunting is a great way to defeat someone who has hard shell, because obviously, if you have 2 body size and hard shell, your body size is 6. How could a carnivore ever get above 6 body size? Well, pack hunting is how that happens.
Swag.
Scavenger. When any species is attacked by a carnivore, a species who has scavenger can take 1 food from the food bank, which is the bag, right? So you basically come in after the fight and you pick some food off the pieces. You do not have to be a carnivore to be a scavenger. You can take food regardless. I would also like to clarify that I do not, and Bruce can correct, or North Star Games can correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not believe that you can have long neck and carnivore on the same species, because long neck specifies that you take plant food from the food bank, and carnivores can never eat plant food. So they do not work together, but almost every other trait combination does, as far as I'm aware.
Long neck should allow carnivores to eat things with climbing.
Yeah, why can't carnivores have long necks?
That'd be pretty nice. Fat tissue. Fat tissue is one of my favorite traits in the game. It allows you to store food on the card itself up to the body size of the species.
You can have them on the same species, but long neck won't trigger.
Right, yeah. So it's there, but it doesn't help you necessarily. However, you could have long neck on a species and then maybe get rid of carnivore later and have long neck later and have it work. So it's not that you can't play the card, it just has no effect. So for fat tissue, you can store food on the fat tissue card up to the body size. And then on the next turn, before we reveal the food cards, you move all of the food from fat tissue onto your species up to whatever your species population is. So it's basically a way for, as fat tissue works, your species is literally storing the food for later in case there's not as much food in the watering hole in the future. It will make sure it's fed. Fertile. Before the food cards are revealed, increase this species population by 1 if any food was left over on the watering hole from the previous round. So that's important because I didn't mention it explicitly yet. Any food that does not get eaten from the watering hole at the end of each round stays and carries over to the next round because it's just like extra vegetation that didn't get eaten. Right?
What if, like, I don't like preservatives in my food?
Too bad.
Is that organic? I only eat organic things.
Nope. Nope. All of these species have been genetically engineered. All right. Foraging.
Could these potentially be humanoid robots living in some kind of theme park?
No. Anytime this species eats plant food, take 1 additional plant food from the same source. Again,
100% organic game, cage free.
okay.
Why?
Free range.
Free range evolution. So again, note that this card specifically talks about plant food. So if you're a carnivore, this would not have any effect while you were a carnivore because it only takes effect when you eat plant food, right? Symbiosis. This species cannot be attacked if your species to the right has a larger body size. So again, for example, body size 2, the one to the right has body size 3. This one cannot be attacked if it has symbiosis. Warning call. A carnivore must have ambush to attack your species that are adjacent to this species. So that means species on both sides of the species that has that trait are protected as long as the carnivores do not have ambush. The species itself is not protected by warning call. Only the adjacent species. However, again, you can combo traits. So for example, maybe you would give the middle species symbiosis, give lots of body size to the one to the right, and have them protect each other, right? Species protect each other all the time. So that brings me back to one of the cards that we skipped, which is ambush. Ambush negates warning call when attacking because you ambush them and they don't have time to do a warning call. So if your carnivore has ambush, you can attack species that would normally be protected by warning call. Finally, intelligence. At any time during the feeding phase, you can discard a card from your hand. And the effect is different depending on whether you are using this for a carnivore species or a non-carnivore species. For a carnivore species, discarding a card allows you to negate a trait for this species' next attack. This is super, super important because let's say that a species you want to attack has climbing and you don't. If you have intelligence, you can discard a card and ignore the fact that they have climbing because you're just too goddamn smart.
Just shoot the tree.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like this idea that like intelligence beats physical strength.
Right.
It's just not real.
You can get
I go to the gym, bro.
Right.
You can work out.
if you are a non-carnivore, you can take 2 food directly from the food bank for each card that you discard. So again, if the watering hole is running low, you can use intelligence. Right? All right, Praveen, go.
I'm just gonna be honest. I maybe remember like 5%.
I
That's
figured.
like that's a high estimate.
So intelligence can be used as many times as you have cards to discard during a turn. In both cases, the ability only affects the species that has intelligence that you discarded. If you have multiple species that have intelligence, declare which species you're discarding a card for, and then do the thing.
Oh my God, she almost has 1 tilt per day of the year.
Wow.
So many tilts.
So close. That'll happen today.
You're almost as tilted as Steve is, IRL.
All right. I think that is more or less the whole game. I would like to point out a few semi-pro tips for people who have never played the game before. One is don't ever make a body size 1 carnivore. I have seen people make that mistake. Obviously, it will be pointless because you can attack nothing and then it will die. If you ever end up in a situation where your carnivore can't attack anything, remember, you can discard a trait at any time. So instead of letting your carnivore die, you can just make it not a carnivore and have it feed from the watering hole, right?
De-evolution.
Yes, you can de-evolve or evolve it depending on your
So it's
opinion.
holding, what's the stone in Pokemon that makes it not evolve?
Everstone.
Yeah. The third tip that I would like to give is watch out for people who have species that are growing in body size but are not carnivores. It only takes 1 card to make it a carnivore later, and suddenly they have a massive body size carnivore that can attack all of your people.
No body shaming.
There's no
What?
body
It's
shaming.
Like, is it shaming to say it's awesome to
No,
be
body
big?
1 carnivore.
I'm not shaming that. It just doesn't work.
Were you hating on meerkats, dude? They're like, it's legit. Weasels? Come on.
All right.
Body size 1 has to be like insect size.
Yeah.
What? It's on a scale of 1 to 6.
I think that's it. Why don't we have
That's like
chat?
a cat.
Why don't we have chat suggest a method by which we select who goes first?
I'm just saying if you choose me, like, I'm just going to sit here
So,
with the blank
something
stare.
creative and themed to the game would be quite interesting.
Person who's evolved most recently.
I was gonna go with the last person to have seen a living dinosaur.
Any mutations?
Does
Right.
this
I have
count?
green eyes.
Right?
Oh, Kareem goes first.
That's not interesting, Steve.
Steve is a living dinosaur. Who saw Steve last?
Oh!
I saw Steve right before he left on Monday.
All right. Well, who saw Kate first? Who saw Kate last?
I saw Steve in the hall yesterday.
I saw
the most
Kate-
likely to be extinct in the wild.
I am technically in the wild right now. I'm surrounded by all these animals.
but you're not extinct, so you're defeating your own case.
Yeah, it's most likely to be extinct in the wild. I am in the wild.
And you're
am
not extinct, right,
So
so-
I can't go first. I don't want to
Okay.
go first.
Okay. You wanted to go first like 2 seconds ago.
No, I said please don't choose me because I'll sit here with a blank stare on my face.
Okay.
I
I'm
vote
not gonna finish
long-haired
this before the
guy
stream's
because
up.
he has failed to lick that unicorn.
Yeah.
This is a
He'd have
Task.
feeding problems in the wild.
Yep.
Is that what you're saying?
Man up and lick it, dude.
All right, for that, long hair guy's going first.
Yeah. Can I compare war scars? I was in a motorcycle accident. I've got some scars.
All right, so this will come in handy later. So we have already dealt the cards. We all have our first species, as you can see here. So the first thing that we will do is look at our hand of cards and select one of them to go into the watering hole. You may want to select something that has a high number to make sure there's lots of food. You may want to select something with a low number because you don't care if there's lots of food. It kind of depends on what cards you have.
So, since I have no shame in admitting that I didn't really listen, traits, when you play them, they stay on your creature. Correct?
Yes, they stay until you either replace them or the creature dies.
You can only have one trait.
No, up to 3 per species.
Okay, sweet.
The other thing I'd like to point out is that in addition to the points you get from the food in your bag, you also, at the end of the game, get 1 point for each species that you still have living, and I believe 1 point for each trait card that you have on those species.
Holy shit, Double Hawk. That is insane.
Oh jeez.
Oh dear.
Take care of yourself, dude.
Yes, feel better, Double Hawk. Please. We don't want you to be sick.
I think any amount is slightly alarming.
Yep, that's it. If there's a tie, the player with the most trait card points is the winner. So whoever has the most trait cards in play.
Okay.
That's Steve's face, IRL. That's actually what it is.
And then there's another. Ha! If the 2 tiebreakers don't work, then you must immediately order pizza and play again.
Is that what it actually says?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Support your
Don't
local
screw with me, guys.
So
pizza establishment.
we're still waiting on 2 people to submit a card to the watering hole.
Oh shoot. Okay. Hang on.
And we're about to find out who's stingy and who's not, except we won't know.
All right.
All right, so first player, please take these cards, shuffle them up, and then reveal them to us. And
play.
well, you can reveal them, but really we just need you to count the numbers to tell us what the total is, so that I can put that much
We
food out.
got fat tissue for 4, intelligence for 7, foraging for 7, carnivore for 6.
Woo, we were
Wait,
all
we don't
generous.
get our
All right,
trade cards
so
back?
that's no, we don't.
This is 14, 20, 24 food.
Yep, 24 food. That's a lot. So, the evolution deck
Discard pile
is
here.
how we find out how the game ends. When there are no more cards, that's over. We never reshuffle. End of the game is when... Sorry, the end of the game is the turn in which we had to shuffle. We will shuffle if people need to draw cards when that happens.
Do not reveal the cards. What is wrong with you?
Wait,
What? Don't reveal them. Oh,
What?
we revealed them. How do you not reveal
Steve,
them?
what is wrong with you? Oh, we revealed them too early. That's right.
Oh,
Sorry.
I see.
If only someone
Yeah.
had listened to the rules.
I was distracted by Praveen.
All right.
Anyways, the point is we should play these first and then do that.
I
But
see,
I
I
think
see.
I don't think anyone's surprised by that
want my
anyway,
card
so
back.
it doesn't matter. No. So go ahead and do your things. Play your traits or increase your stuff.
Okay, what's happening?
You're playing traits onto your species or making.
So we all
new
just do
species.
this at once.
Yeah.
All right.
Normally it would go like one at a time.
Okay.
But not revealing the traits
Okay.
until the end. But to make the game go faster, there are quick play variant rules where we all play at the same
So
time.
I'm going to, when I discard a card to choose to increase like population or body size, do I get like that? I
You
make
just-
that a public announcement.
Yep. Yeah, that's
All
right.
right. These are here. I'm going to discard a card to increase my. I actually want to increase my body size.
I will do the same. Boiled white rice in the porridge. That sounds pretty good. Rice pudding style.
Oh, I love rice pudding.
I never liked rice pudding.
It took me a while to get used to it. I didn't like it the first time I ever had it, but
Right.
good on me.
Like I like porridge and I like
Ew,
rice.
porridge.
Gonna discard for
Do you guys call
body
it
size
oatmeal
and
here?
2 population.
Do we have oatmeal?
I've
Or
always
don't
called
you
that oatmeal.
Call it oatmeal here.
Wait, those are separate things.
Oatmeal
No,
and
they're the
porridge
same
are...
thing.
Porridge and
No.
oatmeal are different things.
They're the same thing.
They're the same thing.
I always grew up just knowing it as
No, they
oatmeal.
have a totally
We call
different
it
consistence.
porridge.
They're
Like,
made of different things.
yeah, literally
I'm looking it up
boiled
right now.
white rice into porridge. So
We can discard 2
No.
cards at
I'm
once, can't we?
confused.
Yeah, porridge is not like made of the same stuff as oatmeal.
Okay, well it was for me. We just used the word porridge instead of oatmeal.
okay.
Well, which one didn't you have then? Did you not have porridge or did you not have oatmeal?
We didn't-
If they're both the same thing but they're actually different, which one didn't you have?
No, they were the same thing in our vocabulary.
So then, like,
He-
so you can all. So
He's trying to figure out if they're different for us, which of the things that we called.
What is porridge for you?
It's like boiled rice.
Yeah, no. So oatmeal was just called porridge.
Okay, so you didn't have porridge.
So I guess you didn't. Well,
You-
no, we had
you
rice
could-
pudding.
Yeah, that's
We,
also
we
a
have rice
separate
pudding
thing.
too. That's not porridge.
So what's porridge?
Boiled white rice. Porridge. It's basically just like rice gruel.
Yeah.
That
Rice
sounds
pudding is way
disgusting.
delicious.
Yeah, it's not good. It's
Porridge is
good.
not.
That's why I said ew, porridge.
Yeah.
No, so for us, like for me at least. I mean,
I know- no,
you're
yeah.
From like a different part. Of
No,
Canada, but-
okay, so we called. I always knew it as oatmeal growing up, but my grandparents would
Why is
call
it called
porridge.
oatmeal if there are
And
no
it's the same
oats
thing.
inside of it?
But there are.
No,
they
it is
did have
oats.
porridge. I got confused.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
We
like,
don't
what?
have what you call porridge.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Porridge is a dish made by boiling ground, crushed, or chopped starchy plants, typically grain, in water or milk.
That sounds
That-
disgusting.
That's
It is
th-
disgusting.
It's similar
That is
to
what
oatmeal.
oatmeal is,
It's
though,
similar to
'cause-
oatmeal, but oatmeal is just oats.
Yeah.
There's no other
Yeah.
grain.
Well, okay, I guess.
You could say maybe that oatmeal is a type
Alright,
of
so
porridge.
we can
Maybe.
discard 2 cards if we want to.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah,
But
you can discard as many
porridge
cards
is
as you want.
for
You
us
know,
like
those
a different
pre-made,
thing.
like,
Yeah.
Awesome.
packets.
The Quaker.
Yeah.
So go ahead and discard
Uh-huh.
things
Those
you
were
don't want.
porridge.
You can do
We call them
either
oatmeal.
one. So
Though I don't know exactly what
My
you're doing, but I
grandparents
would
would
point
call it
out that
porridge.
fertile is a very valuable card because it's basically free population.
Yes.
As long as there's going to be leftover food. So as long as there's going to be a lot of food here, which on the first turn there basically always is, that is a pretty valuable card. Now maybe what the card that you're putting down means that you really want to discard fertile, but I just wanted to point out that fertile is a great card,
Fair enough.
so that you understand the implications of what it does.
Well, now it's been revealed. I feel like it's probably.
I mean,
It
I've
doesn't
already
really
I've
matter
already
though,
played,
like
so
that.
I'm not going to change my turn.
Yeah.
And Praveen
Oh, you discarded
isn't paying
all your
attention.
cards?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you discarded 2. That's what I was.
No, I discarded all my cards.
So how do you on each turn you replenish to the number of species you have?
Yep.
Correct.
Yep.
Wow. I guess you
Good
can only
cards,
expend 2 cards other than discards every turn.
No.
Is there a hand limit?
You can expend
Well,
all
one
your
goes
cards.
into the food and one goes as your trade.
What trade?
Trait.
No, you can play as many traits as you want on a turn. And population and body
Okay.
size. You can play your whole hand every turn if you want, which is what I just did.
Okay, what's happening now? Everyone's played their discards.
You are not just a lowly viewer. You are a moderator.
Yes. All right. So you're not playing any traits, is that correct?
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm
And
not
snack
playing any.
provider.
Alright.
Well. Yeah, I'm not playing any traits.
Okay.
6.
Reveal. Everyone reveal your traits. We'll start with Joel.
All at the same time?
Yeah. I mean, I just start with you
All right.
to explain them so the viewers know what you played.
I am fat and intelligent.
All right.
Just like me
So
IRL.
that's a really good combo because he
Yep.
can use, if he needs to, he can use intelligence to get food,
Mhm.
and he can even use it to beef up his fat tissue.
See, if I'd been paying attention to the rules, I wouldn't have placed my fat tissue there because I wanted to use it as a trait, and I discarded
Yeah,
it.
rules are important. All right.
Rules are
All
made to
right.
be
My
broken.
combo
What do
makes
you
no
got, Kyle?
sense. I
Okay, right.
think it's pack hunting and fertile.
Hey, Heroic Logic, welcome. Penguins are excellent producers. They're on my shirt. You guys can't really see it, but they're here.
That
There's a
shirt
penguin
tells
here
me
and a
one
penguin here
thing.
and a penguin here.
It's that Jordan is actually a large robot being piloted by penguins inside.
Penguins
Yes.
that are shaped like bread.
Yes. Can't unsee it. The penguins are shaped like a loaf of bread.
I
No.
just see penguins.
Okay. Maybe you have to be closer.
Maybe if you ate
thing.
porridge growing up, you would be able to
May-
see it.
maybe she doesn't know what a loaf of bread looks like.
Yeah, do they have bread in your country?
All right. So you have pack hunting and fertile.
Yes, very strange combination.
Yes, especially since you do not have a carnivore,
Carnivore
card.
card.
All right. So you're basically hoping to get a carnivore in the future.
Yes.
You could have held on to pack hunting and not played it yet.
I realized that afterward.
But that's fine. Like, it could all be a huge troll. Maybe you'll never get a carnivore, or maybe you'll get it and choose not to play it, and we'll all just be worried about the pack hunting card. It's fine. Praveen?
I don't have any trait cards.
All right. I don't have any either. So now we'll do the thing. I wonder how many food there is. Maybe it's 24. Okay. Game
Didn't
is
even
saved.
check. How'd you know?
X-Wing Chunkies, thank you for the host. Oh no, producer
Hi,
Kim.
friends.
No
What?
snap.
Producer blew up the
We're
alerts.
famous.
Pay no attention to the woman in the box.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I will say, to those of you, just to check, you two have never played this game before. You played a different version of this game.
I played Evolution in the beginning.
Right.
Which is
Okay.
I've never played
a lot
before.
simpler.
I've pretty much never played board games before.
Oh no!
I'm
I
a
lost
true
the food.
neophyte.
Where's the food?
You can.
Oh, it's behind
the
Praveen.
stockpile.
Praveen, behind you to your right, there's food on the ground.
I'll eat it. I have no problems with that. 5-second rule.
There may be 24 food now, and we're certainly not going to eat 24 food.
Are we?
But don't get too comfortable because that could disappear very quickly. And this game has a tendency.
Staff, no.
This game has a tendency from turn to turn for people to play lots of food, and then in the next turn or two play very small numbers because they're like, we have lots of food, and then suddenly you have a shortage of food. And so it kind of swings back and forth. So don't get too comfy with this huge surplus because that could change very quickly.
What's the difference between beginning and this one?
It's fun, but not nearly as
Yes,
deep.
so beginning is the one I was trying to describe to you earlier that I couldn't remember the name of, where they don't have the species boards and cubes, I believe, and the trait. There are less complicated traits, I believe, but it's you basically discard cards to keep track of body size and population, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's the classic board game trade-off between depth and complexity.
Yeah.
Wait,
I played Climate,
trade-off
which
between
actually
depth
adds
and
more
complexity?
to this base game.
Right. I mean, I guess the
Which is
trade-off
really
is depth
fun.
and simplicity.
Yeah.
Like,
The proletariat. All right. So now starting with Joel, go ahead and feed your species.
it's one food at a time.
One food
correct?
at a time,
'Cause I have
unless
no
you
cards
have-
to discard
yep.
for intelligence, so I am.
And you wouldn't want to anyways because you know you're going to be able to feed everything you can get. All right. Grab a
Okay.
food.
Yay, food.
All right. Ravine? All right. Put it on your food, like I said, when you were totally listening. I'll grab a food.
And then
You
I
will
get
grab a
to
food for your fat
for
tissue.
my-
You're
Okay.
done feeding. You're done feeding. Do you know why you're done feeding?
no, but I'll just
Okay.
accept it.
I'm just gonna keep telling him that even when that changes. Are you all on favor
I'm on
of that?
board with
All right,
that.
cool. I have more population, so I'm going to continue feeding. Joel is going to feed his fat
Another one.
tissue. You're done. You're done. I'm going to feed. Joel's done.
Mhm.
I'm done. That's the end of feeding. Everyone fed up to their population. We didn't run out of food, so now was there a thing?
Climate will be at TwitchCon in the Play to Win.
Yes,
Nice.
this is true. This is very true.
I will be at TwitchCon to play to win.
Yes, Bruce and North Star has been very generous to work with us for some really cool stuff that's coming up at TwitchCon, which we are super, super excited about. So if you guys are going to TwitchCon, come find us at the tabletop area because
We
it's
will be
going to
running
be
it.
lit.
We run this town.
Yeah, actually, literally, like
We are
Everyone-
streaming.
this
is the group.
everyone in this room will be there except Kyle. Are you going to be at TwitchCon at all?
I'm afraid not.
Ah,
Aw.
sorry. Well, the four of us will all be at TwitchCon and running the tabletop area the whole weekend. So come
We're
find
running
us.
a stream from the tabletop
It's gonna be
area
great.
too.
Yes.
Probably from this channel.
You'll
Yes.
find
Yeah.
me there drinking alcohol, making fun of people.
So, everyone go ahead and bank your food in your bag. You've eaten the food. Now, we go back to the beginning, which is
That's a different game, bro.
everyone draws 3 plus the number of species they have in cards, so that would still be 4.
There is no hand limit, correct?
Correct. So you can be crazy all you want.
Flag a lag. Oh shit.
Oh,
Too much to read.
I actually made one minor mistake in your not in your favor, Kyle, but we can correct that right now, which is that because we reveal cards, the face down trait cards before we reveal the food cards for the watering hole, your fertile actually would have triggered, I believe, because it is before the food cards are revealed, right? You gain a population. So actually give yourself a population and take one of these food which you would have easily eaten because there was more than enough.
Jordan, how do you get more species?
Discard a card. Every card you discard that does not go to some other purpose can be for a new species.
Steve, we were told that we would be able to grab people for shifts at the board game area specifically.
We should
Yeah.
do that now.
Yep. Join us, Steve. One of us. One of us.
Steve, use your words. What is PLX?
We have
It's spelled
copies
fox.
of Happy Salmon too for
Yes.
Play to Win.
Yes. Yes, there are many things that North Star was generous enough to send for TwitchCon. So we're super excited about it.
Thank
All right.
you.
So
Steve, just talk to Crystal.
remember, now is the time to put a
sweet.
card in.
Nice.
Bye.
Awesome, heroic. That's amazing. Let us know which session it is, and those of us who are not working a shift at the time will probably try to attend.
I will attend.
Evolution is also being produced as a video game.
What?
It's
Bruce,
on Kickstarter now.
Bruce, totally post the Kickstarter link in chat so that people can go check that out.
Links allowed. Fast button.
Link
Yeah, because we're not crazy.
Are we though?
Well, I mean, we're crazy.
We
but
don't have people who come and spam.
Yeah.
We have a reasonable.
We have an excellent
people.
moderator staff. That's what it
I'm gonna
is.
Our
spend
chat
next
is
week
also full
exclusively
of
spamming
staff
Staff.
and great mods.
Yeah, like I said,
Look.
moderator staff. We have excellent staff moderators. Wait, what? So
They
remember
moderate
to
the staff.
throw a card in for the watering hole from your hand,
The watering hole.
and then once everyone has put something into the watering hole, then we can begin. All right, I'm still trying to unwrap this without like destroying the marshmallow.
I will tweet that.
Yay! Thank you for sending us the link.
Now we do our discards, correct?
Steve, you played the video game at PAX West and you didn't even come on stream to talk about it? How dare you?
Feel better, Steve.
We love you.
Do we though?
Maybe. Alright, so everybody's cards are in. We're not going to reveal them. We're going to play cards from our hand. So go ahead and do the thing with the stuff. I'm going to create a new species. And it's going to go...
So for
I
fat
was-
tissue, it
I
says
was gonna do
moves,
exactly the same thing, too.
the stored
Welcome.
food to the species
Put my
board.
burrowing on
What?
top of yours.
It moves the stored food to the species board.
Yes.
But if I have more food stored here,
You
then
only move as much as you can and the rest
Okay,
stays.
sure.
Yep.
So can we play a trait and discard a card at the same turn?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
cool.
can do whatever you need to do.
Can we discard pack hunting
Okay.
for body
Wait,
size?
Yeah.
yeah, don't play your trait
Oh,
face
you
up
cannot.
here.
You can't discard a played trait for body size or population.
Okay, you just
only
discard it.
discarding.
Okay.
Same with activating intelligence. Can only come from cards from in your hand. But you can get rid of pack hunting if you don't want it, but it gains you nothing
Yes,
unless
it's
you
like
need
okay.
to play a third trait and pack hunting is in your way.
Cool.
Yeah, you might as well leave it there until you need a third trait on that, which may be this turn. Alright. The marshmallow lollipop is almost free. I want to get it out of the package so that you guys can see
I'm
it
discarding
up close.
hard shell for a population.
That was terrifying.
Discarding pack hunting for
Oh my
population.
god. No, wrong way.
What's going on here? Really love that still.
It's okay.
Mmm. Oh, that's really good. Oh no.
We're number 1 in the board game? Sweet.
This looks so sad.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Oh.
Still got the creepy
George
eyes.
is a
though.
carnivore confirmed.
Yep.
Yes.
What do you think I played? I don't know.
Put that down.
My population increases because we're not
Just so that the
going
viewers at
against
home know, these species boards are actually really cool because they are double-sided, and the backside is a horizontal layout rather than a vertical layout. We're playing vertical just so that it is more visible for all of you. There are many
Actually,
ways
mine
that you
has
can.
the horizontal side
Oh,
face up though.
it what? Yeah, is it? There you go.
Just fixing that.
Perfect. There are many ways that you can lay out your board. My personal favorite way is vertical board, trait cards to the right. Makes it pretty simple. Some people like to do horizontal board with the cards
And
above or
discard
below,
these two.
which is really nice. But
Or-
for the terms of making it compact for the stream, I think the vertical board works a little better.
Alright, is everybody done playing their cards? Alright, so we reveal these. Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Wait. It's like a Muppet. It's like, ah!
Yes.
Right.
Now we reveal.
Alright. I'm going to reveal burrowing.
Shocking.
I'm going to reveal carnivore and pack hunting.
Ooh, a pack hunting carnivore. He's on the hunt.
I reveal defensive herding.
All right.
All right. So before the food.
Hold on.
Oh.
I reveal fertile fat tissue.
Okay. So
Oh, I can read the
before the food cards are revealed, I am going to move the 2 stored food to my species
Yep.
board.
This is important because now you can't be attacked.
I
Which
cannot
basically
be
means
attacked by
I'm fucked.
carnivores.
Yes.
Yeah, great. Okay.
I'm
So
fucked confirmed.
we're gonna reveal these. We have scavenger for 6, another scavenger for 6, ambush
Fortunately, you
for
can't hit
2,
me for that much.
for 14,
You cap
and
3 food.
4 to 18. So 18 food in there.
Yeah.
So food decreases your population, is that correct?
No.
Okay, I have no clue how it works. I'll
You
be
just to take as many food tokens as you have population, correct?
Yeah.
if you attack someone.
If,
2, 3.
and whether you are
Everything.
carnivore or not, you feed until you hit your population.
What effect does that have on the person I
That's
attack?
9.
It doesn't. Every time you attack them, you get an amount of food equal to their body size, and they lose 1 population. But there's no your population or how much you need doesn't have any effect.
Okay,
I'm not
no,
trying
I was
really
wondering
hard to
what
put these
what
the
was
right
negative
side up.
effect for someone else?
Forgivable.
Okay. How many did we
That
add,
was
by the way?
18.
Wow.
There
Holy
is
Yeah,
crap.
we've got a lot of
a
food.
I
lot
put
Alright.
that
of
shit
food
in, dude. I put in like
We
2.
are generous.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Except Ravine.
I did not have any defensive cards yet this game, so that sucks.
Now, so what order does this? Do we take food
oh.
first, or do I guess attacking doesn't?
You're
it doesn't
first
matter.
because this passes to the left. So you feed first.
Yay. Uno, dos, tres.
It's 1 at a time.
One at a time?
Yeah, just
Understood.
one. Also, fertile takes place first, so anybody who has fertile
Yes,
gains
I
a
know that
population.
already.
Sure.
I did not, so.
So
No, it's
one
just the
food.
tongue.
All right, you
So,
can eat something.
Do I eat and attack? Like, is it 1 per species or 1 total?
Feed one species at a time.
So I'll
So,
attack you,
which one?
the one with more population.
Okay.
Or what happens if your population goes to 0? Do you die?
Yes.
I would like to kill
But
you.
you only
for-
get 1 food from that one and 2 from that one. So it depends on what you want to do.
Decisions.
You can attack equal body size, yeah?
No, you have to be greater. Oh yeah, he
Well, I have
can't.
pack
he-
hunting.
But
he
he
has
has
pack
pack hunting,
okay,
so
sure.
that doesn't matter in this case.
So I gain food based on my population or my body size?
Neither, based on the body size of the target. So this guy would give
Yeah.
you 1 population, this guy gives you 2.
And you decrease 1 population.
For each attack, yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll take this guy.
Alright, so I lose 1 population, you get 2 food from the food bank, and they go on the meat side on your carnivore.
On the
Doesn't
meat
matter.
side?
Yes, they're 2-sided. The food is.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Doesn't really matter for show.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're just pictures of animal legs.
Right.
Like chicken wings.
Yeah, you just like rip them off.
Sweet.
Alright,
I would have gone for the head. But
I am
I'll take
going
the
to go ahead and feed my tiny baby over here.
Nice.
I'm going to store some food on my fat tissue.
Still eating.
Alright, Praveen?
I will at. Can I attack? I can't attack.
You can attack again. Or you can feed and
I will
wait
not
to attack
feed.
later.
I will attack your smaller guys.
This guy?
Yeah.
Good, that's why I fed first. So I still get to bank this, but he dies.
Yeah. Reading rules would be really useful. Like that's something I should take to heart, but I definitely won't.
Ever.
Oh, there's different pictures of meat. This one's like.
Welcome to the game, Praveen.
You learn things every day.
Yep. Alright, so I am going to feed this guy.
He's just maintaining beginner's mind.
I'm literally just a brainless carnivore. Like no intelligence, nothing. I'm just.
I
sitting
mean,
here.
literally, yes.
Is it my turn to feed?
Yes.
So take another food for fat.
Kyle?
Yes, more food.
I feel like we should get a Borgie fail spam in chat for Praveen.
I mean, you would get real tired for all the times you'd have to.
I
spend.
know. You fed. Great, so I'm gonna feed.
Hey, Jordan, learn the rules, dude.
Joel, are you
I'm
done?
full up.
Kyle?
One more. No, I'm done.
Praveen's done. Everyone's done except me, so I'm going to feed, and then I'm going to feed, and then I'm going to feed. Now I'm done.
All right, cool.
So
Bag our meats.
we bag our food that was eaten, and we go ahead and draw cards.
I was gonna put this inside my Skittles bag.
That seems like a bad idea, indeed.
So it's 3 plus your species.
Yes. Yes, that's correct. Oh.
Interesting. Do certain cards stack?
What do you mean?
Like,
You can't. Cards can combo together, yes, but you can't ever have two of the same trait on the same species.
okay. Okay.
The chat would like you to all ensure that your cards are in the camera shot.
Mine, I think, are. wait,
That
mine
would
are
be
here.
possibly Kyle.
Yeah, it's me.
We
I
can.
mean, this is good
here,
as long as I only have
We
the
can
one
move this
species,
discard pile over by me.
Yeah, once you start accumulating species, it may be difficult.
Yeah, but we'll do the best that we can. Thank you. All right. Make sure to put your watering hole card down.
Is this card the discard pile?
Yes, I moved it to make your life a little easier.
Thank you
space-wise.
for that.
Has everybody played their food card already? 'Cause
No, I'm still
No,
thinking.
I'm thinking,
sorry.
yeah.
I guess those of us that have can continue on to playing. Well, we should wait
Yeah.
until everybody's chosen their food card, right?
Yep. Praveen's trying to think of how he can defeat your guys' defenses.
Absolutely. Can carnivores attack other carnivores?
Yeah.
Yep.
You can even attack your own species if you want.
Oh, sweet.
Like you could feed the species and then
Yeah.
eat it to make sure that your carnivore was fed. It's a nice little pro trick. Yeah, the only way you're going to defeat Joel is with intelligence. The only way that you would defeat Kyle is by increasing your population above his. But right now you need to decide on watering hole cards
Or with intelligence.
or with intelligence again. Yeah.
Going to put this in. Yeah, I'll put that here. And I will discard 3 cards.
Population.
Well then. Okay.
I'm gonna discard carnivore to increase body size.
I'm going to discard to the actual discard.
Ah, yes.
That's Praveen's fault. It's fine. I'm
Oh,
gonna
we put the discard there last time. And then
Yeah.
you moved it.
yes for Kyle's sake. I'm going to create a new species again.
Oh, I'm first player this turn.
Yes, you are.
Prepare to be Ed.
That's fine. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this.
You good?
I am
Wait, not
deciding.
Joel.
Okay, I'm gonna discard 2 to body size here.
Steve, why don't
Is that
you
all
have
I'm
like
going to do?
a
Wait, let me just
tablet
think
stand
here.
in your bath
Are those the cards that I want?
where you
to
can just
discard?
watch the stream?
Yeah.
Why don't you have like a
There's
TV
no way he has an
mounted on the
actual
wall
bathtub.
above the bathtub?
Steve, do you have an actual bathtub?
He said
It-
clawfoot tub. Like actual clawfoot tubs.
I'm so jealous.
Impressive.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I hate bathtubs unless they're
What?
like huge.
What?
No.
I love bathtubs.
How
I
can
feel
you
about hot
hate
tubs.
baths?
Yeah, see, I have a hot tub, so like, why do I need a bathtub?
Because
Alright,
you
I'm
can't
discarding
wash in
these
your
for
hot
body
tub.
size.
Yeah, hot
Right,
tubs are
what? So
basically
I-
you're stewing in filth.
Yeah.
There's something super nice about like you sit in your hot tub and you're like, okay, that was nice, but like in a bath, I'm also clean, so I accomplish relaxing and clean.
Also, if you're in a hot tub, there's like social pressure to have other people in the hot tub, whereas like I don't want
No.
to be with other people. I just want to like sit alone.
I-
in
You
the
have your
bath.
own hot tub.
Yeah, I have my own hot tub, so I just use it whenever.
Do
and then
people
just
come
take a
in,
shower after.
or do you like bar them from coming in? I would like have a hot tub and not allow anyone in while I'm in.
Depends. I mean,
I would swim in my hot tub. That's what I would do.
can we all agree that like natural springs are the best?
Oh,
like natural hot
definitely.
springs, because that's just like the bomb.
You have to find the right
I
one though, because they can
love,
get way
like,
too hot.
I will set up like a Twitch stream or something
A
and
hot
sit in my
tub stream?
bathtub, and
But-
it's like for me it's the most enjoyable thing ever. When I was looking for
Not
an
like
apartment,
that.
I was
That's
like,
not
it
what
has
you're
to have a
thinking.
bathtub.
Yeah.
Just saying, let's like market 18 plus, please.
18 plus.
All right.
Alright, let's do our thing.
Have we all played cards?
Yeah, do I
All right.
shuffle and do this?
Before we
Well,
do
Lush
that,
smells awful. I can't walk
everyone
by that.
reveal the
It
cards
smells
that they
I
played.
love Lush.
Kyle, would you like to explain what card you played? Since
Sure.
Joel did not play anything.
I played Hard Shell.
Which means,
Plus 4 body size when determining if my species can be attacked.
all
I
right.
played the same card.
So, thankfully for Praveen, if you're Praveen, hard shell doesn't affect you because you have pack hunting. So
No,
you
I
can,
was on the other one.
no.
Oh,
His
yeah,
hard,
yeah.
you can get past his hard shell and his defensive hurting because you have pack
Yep.
hunting. I played Warning Call, which means that you have to have ambush to attack this species, and I played Cooperation, which means that when this species feeds, this one gets a food as well. Praveen, would you like to feed first?
Oh, and before the cards are flipped there, moving my
Yes.
tissue.
Thank you for reminding me. Yes.
And then we're gonna flip these, right?
Yes. Let's see how much food we actually got into the pile here.
4, 6.
The popos are coming for Praveen.
18 again.
Wow, we are so generous. I contemplated throwing a -3 on there, but I actually want there to be food. So
I would like to eat you, Jordan.
why me?
I don't know,
Oh wait,
you're-
fertile takes effect.
You have
Yes.
some nice fat tissue, dude.
Okay.
Like,
4, 5, 6.
You realize that he gives you more food, right?
but I can keep eating up to my population anyways.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Doesn't matter.
If you kill me, I won't be there to eat. Just pointing that out.
That's fine. I hunt to extinction. I'm good to go, buddy.
I mean, you can't kill me this turn, but that's okay. All right. Take 2 food.
2 met.
No, not from the watering hole.
Oh yeah. Feels bad, dude.
If only
But
someone.
like, I'm probably attacking you out the watering hole. This game doesn't make sense. I'm just saying. Oh wow, that's some weird looking food. I don't know how I feel about that. That's
Praveen,
kinda
it would make more
unappetizing.
sense if someone had put all of the food on the plant food side.
That's true.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Your turn.
I am going to feed this guy, which feeds this guy before Praveen can take his population away. Suck it!
I'm already sucking on your meat, dude.
just
Oh, it's fine.
take it
All
back.
right.
Actually, wow, you can just feed on us both. That's
Got a
ridiculous.
lot of feeding to do.
Yes. I'll then feed on you again.
Okay.
Oh, again. Meat from the illogical source of meat. Dude, you're not even giving me some diversity in meat. Come on. Mess up.
You might as well feed on
You
him
have
the
similar
next time
complaints
so
about
that he
our
gets
catering.
less food.
That's true.
Because
but-
you can't stop me from feeding at this point,
Do
and
you
I've
guys
already
have
fed
better
up my
food at your
population.
building?
No,
It's a point of
terrible.
contention.
It's awful. It sucks.
I'm going to
I like the roasted
feed my fat
walnuts.
tissue.
I'm also going to feed fat tissue.
I can't attack Joel. Is that correct?
This is absolutely
This is
correct.
correct.
Gonna feed
It's
my
plus
chillers.
4 hard shell. Why can't I attack you?
You can't attack me because I have
Burrowing.
food equal to my population.
Yeah.
I'm just like some
Burrowing is pretty great.
really fat mole.
The only way to
but-
defeat burrowing is intelligence.
Well, the only way to defeat burrowing is intelligence
Or you playing, not being
See,
in the
that's
right
an
going
in- that's an
first
interesting
before
statement,
I
because-
feed,
Right,
but
but you
the
have
fat
fat
tissue
tissue.
makes sure
Yep.
it's a good combo.
Literally everything at 2EC is some variation on like chicken.
Right.
Today,
Oh.
honey chicken,
Praveen.
honey mustard chicken, or whatever.
Would you like to attack?
I'll eat Kyle, I guess.
All right. Kyle loses a population. You gain 3 food, but only 2 because that's how much you have room for. All right. I'm going to feed my fat tissue.
Get some diversity.
Once more.
At least.
Joel, are you?
Some more fat because I have 4
Wow.
size now.
Wow.
Eating.
Wow.
Give me a fed.
I'm done because Praveen hates me. Joel.
Continuing to feed.
All right, I'm done.
I'm
Alright.
a big boy.
I think are we all done at this point?
Yep. Everyone,
All
bank
right.
your food.
Sweet.
This arguing is so relaxing, Craiggasm.
Yeah, Steve is like all calm because he's not present to be part of the argument at the
No.
moment.
Steve is relaxed in a state of tilt. That is his natural relaxation state.
That's like
So-
the line in Marvel. You know my secret. I'm always tilted.
Yeah, basically. That is Steve's secret, in fact.
All right.
All right.
First
So
player moves.
first player moves. Everyone draws 4 or 5 cards.
Oh my god. Jesus.
I'm just hoping to get good cards for once. Like legit.
Everyone, close your eyes. I want to show something to the stream.
No.
This game is telling me something. That's the 4th of those cards I've drawn this game.
Good luck with that.
So when I'm placing a new species, I can place it on either side?
Yes.
Yes.
But once you pick a side, it must stay there.
Sure.
Species do not reorder themselves.
So there's also like, it refers to left, right, beside, or whatever, but
Mhm.
for the ease of viewing of the stream, may I redefine that to mean up and down?
That might be,
A little bit confusing?
yeah.
Okay.
I would say maybe just don't have your cards laid out that way and make them vertical so that you have space. Yeah, like that.
Like that.
Yep.
But then, is this? Oh well, the cards are. covering
On
it
this
all now.
camera view, you can't see them, but on the other one, you can. There you go, if you want to see it. Joel.
Perfect.
So yeah. So if you wanted to make a new species, you could do so, but right now, we're waiting for people to put in
Oh.
their watering hole card.
Okay,
Declare the food,
I
everyone.
put my watering hole.
oh
card
yeah,
in.
so
I'll
everybody
put it on
gets to
these.
flip their food.
A+ producing. Also, I saw you in here earlier, but welcome, Gyrations, to the stream. It's good to see you here.
How many cards can you have max? I think it's 4.
I don't think there's any maximum at all.
I'm pretty sure there's a max. When I played Climate, there was a max. 3. 3 max.
What?
Yeah, there's 3 max, 3 trades. You told me that at the
Oh,
beginning.
trait cards, yes.
Mhm.
Sorry, you just said cards. I thought you meant like cards in your hand.
Mhm.
Yes, 3 per species. Absolutely. Sorry, I did not see Gyration's question. Thank you, North Star and Bruce, for answering that. We appreciate it.
I'm gonna discard foraging for a new species.
Is there any you can discard?
Oh, did everybody put in watering hole?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I put in watering hole? Or the 3 cards are for?
There are 3, so
I
you
did not,
probably
yeah.
did not.
Okay, yes.
I would say I was not doing anything because I was waiting for watering hole to be done.
Since we're playing simultaneously, like I want to see how many cards other people put down as well. Is that possible?
You're more or less in quick play. You're more or less supposed to just play your thing and
Discarding the-
Okay.
not really try to like
For two
min-max
side-
your
or
strategy
sorry,
around
two
what other people are
population.
doing. In the normal game, I would play first, so you would see what I did.
Okay.
Then Joel would play, but not be able to see what you guys did, and so on.
Mhm.
But we're just doing quick play to make the game go faster.
I'm gonna make a new species here.
also make a new species.
I will also make a new species.
Shit, I'm running out of.
Yeah, we're running into some geometrical problems.
It
here.
happens.
I can move my stuff. I can
Yeah, we'll shift things
being
around.
an animal. Get it? Being an animal. Lol.
Ha ha ha. Here, I'm gonna put your bag here so that we can use this space a little bit. Need some cubes for this new guy.
Oh, I need some cubes as well.
And I'm going to increase. I'm going to increase this guy's body size. All right. Is everyone done playing cards?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Praveen?
Furtalk wants to play, yes.
Well, if Praveen's done, we're waiting for him
You
to
done?
decide his thing. He's trying to decide if you've sprung a carnivore on him at the last second.
No, he hasn't heard before. He's eating the cards.
I'm not eating the cards. I was eating my omelet. So I guess I am.
Praveen's in the think tank.
Do it, dude. I'll eat the fish. Actually, I hate fish. I can't eat fish.
Eat the fish.
I will.
Delicious. I'm super excited for the digital version, actually. I assume it's going to be like online multiplayer, the video game version, because that would be pretty dope.
I will discard this card for body size.
Okay? Alright. Now we reveal.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to reveal Fertile and also Climbing.
I'm going to reveal Warning Call and Long Neck.
I'm gonna reel ambush
Yeah, I figured.
and carnivore.
Once again,
Oh, man.
I haven't gotten shit for defensive cards.
I have horns and fat tissue.
All right.
Okay.
So
Uh,
food time, or actually before we get the pre-effects. So
yes, Fertile.
Fertile
and
goes.
I also have Long Neck. So
And I will play my,
my
tissue.
Long Neck guy gets a plant food from the food bank, but because he has cooperation, I actually get one for each of these species. So
Kokomo.
By the way, that was the 5th carnivore
Oh,
card
yeah,
I brought
also
this-
my
this
fat
game.
tissue.
I have no choice.
You do have a choice. You
Uh-huh.
could have just given yourself more population.
That's true, yeah.
And fed.
But I'm a man.
I mean,
The ring collection
is
is
there
where it's
even
at.
is there even anything out here that your carnivore can feed on?
I've got 2 body size, dude.
Ah,
Mm.
you can feed on this and yourself.
Mm.
Yeah, so you can kill his fat tissue guy. Makes sense.
Can I kill Joel too?
He
Nope.
has climbing.
Climbing.
Yeah, because he
I
actually got
discarded my
good
climbing.
cards. Yeah. All right. So I fed Joel. Did you feed? How did you have 4 food already? Oh, because it all came from
Because fat tissue, yep.
That's insane.
Alright. So when I feed, do I allocate to fat tissue? How does this work?
No.
In whatever order you like.
You allocate to fat tissue after
Wait, did you count these?
you
Oh, no,
have
we did not add
filled
them.
your
It's
population.
true.
It's like overflow.
5.
But that said,
9,
since you know that he's going to eat you because he has no other
14,
choice, you
19
should feed
total.
that one first,
Ah,
so
So
that you
much
get the
food.
food that it can feed regardless.
3,
Sensible.
4,
Yeah.
5, 6.
Similarly,
you should just go because Joel's just counting out
Yeah.
extra food. There's a ton
All
in
right.
there.
But
And then
I'll
9
attack
more.
that. Joel, give me a meat.
2, 3,
I'll attack it with my carnivorous tortoise.
alright, my
Easter.
species is dead. So sad.
all right, but
Seven.
you
The
can
pro-
bank that
just the
food.
theory of evolution.
You can bank that
in
food
action.
and get rid of the species.
What happens to the card? Does it go to the pile?
Discard. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to go ahead and feed that guy. Yep.
Poor
Joel.
Jordan.
It's not my fault that I've literally not
That's why I
drawn
said poor Jordan. I didn't-
anything.
I'm
yeah.
not blaming your
I know.
unskilled
I know.
player.
No, I say it's like sucks. I've literally
I think-
just seen warning call.
I think you're still like winning in terms of points in bag. Actually, maybe
Me?
Praveen
No.
is doing better. No.
Praveen with his 6 food a
Praveen
turn.
would have pulled ahead maybe last turn.
Yeah.
I'm not actually keeping track. I just have
I'm
a
not
rough
either.
idea.
You're also doing quite well for yourself over there.
Yeah, you're.
You just had a slower ramp up
Fat
because you were
monster.
making sure to keep your body size and population in sync.
Mhm.
But
To maximally abuse burrowing.
yeah, I believe it's Kyle's turn to feed.
I'll attack that one.
This one.
Yes,
Okay, because you're a dick.
pretty much. Joel,
Mm-hmm.
is that one?
Yeah, you get 1 food.
One. No.
No.
One meat.
Oh, what?
From the bank. One bank.
you
one
get
bank.
the meat.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am the keeper of the meat, apparently.
We have
Oh,
the
dear.
meats. Arby's.
All right, Joel, are you done?
Life doesn't matter. Eat
or
Arby's.
no, Joel, you get to feed.
I'm just gonna
Fat tissue.
Fat tissues.
Kyle.
Is everyone aware of nihilist Arby's?
I would like
Yes.
to eat this one.
Okay. With this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
One meat, please.
Food.
Am I gonna drive you to extinction this turn?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
Which is why you might as well attack him because I.
Can I attack him?
Yes.
He's got horns. What does that do?
You lose a population for attacking him.
I don't want to do that though.
You should do it once though. If you do
Maybe
it
I'll,
once, you max out.
I'll eat you out first.
Yeah.
Eat you
Okay.
out, Craig Allen.
Oh,
That's
dear.
not the first time I've like played on
okay.
Punch. I also
Phrasing.
said I was like licking his meat.
I'm
I've got all of
gonna
it.
I'm gonna feed my fat tissue and ignore what just went on.
Give us the Craigasms.
Yes.
I have a clip somewhere of a very
Yes.
good phrasing moment from one of these streams.
Aren't you gonna feed your
Is
fat
it
tissue?
is it by
yeah.
Steve
It
Kyle?
may have been, yes.
explaining how Hungry Hippos works? Because
No,
that
no,
clip
not
was
that.
amazing.
It was
I'm
from
gonna
when I think the
feast
first
on
time
you.
we played Betrayal
Okay.
Feast on your
last
flesh.
October.
Okay.
How many do
When
I
I
get?
wasn't a
3?
real person yet.
Yes, you get 3.
3 meats.
Oh my god.
You're killing it.
Literally killing
Literally. All the puns are too real. Thank you.
There's a reason I upped my body size.
Yeah.
It's to make sure
Yeah.
I didn't die.
it. Then Jordan's done. I'm just.
No, I'm not
Or
done.
oh, you're not done.
Fat tissue.
Oh, you
Because
also.
he can't take my he can take my population, but he can't take my body size.
Did you feed?
I fed my fat. Yes.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Kyle's just like tra la 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 la. I scared off Praveen.
I'd like to eat Jordan.
Yeah, I figured. Have 1 food, you
One meat,
bastard.
please.
And I'm gonna feed my goddamn fat tissue.
As long as
Wait,
it's
why
not
was
a
that only
variation
one
of
meat?
chicken.
He has 3 of them.
But
Oh, he only
maxed.
gets he maxes
Yep.
out, sure. And then you fed, and then I'm gonna get fat tissue.
And Kyle's gonna feed.
Get the population.
And Raveen's
That
gonna
fat
feed.
tissue's broken, dude.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, you should get intelligence.
Nah. That's not how I roll.
Nah.
Alright. Everyone bank your food.
All right.
Everyone fed to their fill, which is shocking because we're all so generous with the watering hole. I've never seen a game that had this much food in the watering hole. Avoid
I don't
death.
even know how. You guys are like, I'm putting like 2s in there every time.
Yeah. Alright, everyone
It's ridiculous.
draw
Where's
cards.
my pouch?
Now I'm a little
right
bit
there.
paranoid
Right there.
that at some point in the game I have taken food off my cards and put it back in here
I don't think
because
I've
they're
seen- yep.
they're both sitting beside me. I'm just gonna, if that happened, whatever. There's no one doing it.
You
I
need
get
to
the
take that,
dinosaur,
yeah,
right?
That's what I was gonna do. Oh my god.
Well, we know what that card is. Oh, nice. Okay.
Just for the folks at home.
No, okay.
I can't direct
Jesus,
myself
dude.
properly. It's like, it's killing me and everyone else.
Okay. Remember to put your watering hole card in.
Oh yes, I've got
What's
these
that?
guys too. Oh dear.
You want it?
Huh.
It's like the coolest one player, like first player token.
It's pretty great, yeah. Our producer is a dinosaur.
Although I did wind up upgrading to the collector's edition of Battlefield Graveport Pirates, so
Yeah.
that's gonna have a cool metal first player token.
There's my watering hole card. I hate you all.
Sick.
not gonna let Praveen kill me.
Or are you?
Getting rid of ambush for a new species.
You're gonna
Wait,
discard one of
watering
your cards?
hole.
Watering hole
Watering
first.
hole first.
Yes, sorry.
Here, take that back.
Wow.
Everyone do the watering
Well,
hole before we start playing cards.
Watering hole.
Order of
The Brontosaurus
operations.
is feeding
Don't
on Praveen.
understand.
Oh no.
You didn't catch that? That
I
was pretty
didn't
good.
catch that. Darn.
Just congratulations.
No! Ah!
This actually takes a while to do, so let's get rid of that.
Too close for comfort.
Oh my god. That's Cade, you're too much. Fat tissue that I wish you saw.
It's a Brontosaurus in a fedora.
Oh jeez.
Pet it on the head.
It's that one.
Pet it on the head.
Good. Good. Demo, good
It
demo.
likes pets. It won't eat you. I promise.
What kind of fun is over?
I think it's Joel's.
It is.
Okay. That was great. I hope we got a clip of that.
What am I doing? Does this work out the way I want it to?
All right, we've all put those in. Now we can play cards.
I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to discard 2 cards for my fat guy's body
All
size.
right, I'm discarding 2 cards, 1 for population, 1 for body size. And I'm definitely not winning. It's a Fatosaurus. Oh, Fedorasaurus. Ha ha!
Discarding 2
That's
cards.
that's great,
One
Bruce.
for
I
new
love it.
species, and then 1 for population of the new
We're gonna
species.
do that.
Just like.
And I've had a
This card, or
I've
do
had
I
a
actually
severe
wanna-
lack of like good card combos.
Gonna discard 2 cards for population. And 1 card for a new species.
Jesus. That's insane, dude.
Nobody's attacking him.
Nobody has
Because
a
I'm getting all the
He's the
carnivore
only
cards.
carnivore.
I had a
Right.
carnivore first turn, but there was like no point.
Yeah.
That's all I'm getting.
I want all these freaking defensive cards that you guys are getting. It's ridiculous.
Do we unveil?
I'm actually going to
he's
discard
still
1
thinking.
additional fellow.
Okay.
Increase body size.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. So, pre things.
Well, reveal cards then.
No,
pre-things.
there's
No, it's
pre-reveal effects, right?
no. Reveal these cards, not the.
Oh,
food
sorry. Yeah,
cards.
yeah. I don't have any of those to reveal.
What's that face down card?
This is in my hand.
No, the other face down card.
Oh, this one is Okay, that's scavenger.
Okay.
I will reveal a pack hunting and a defensive herding.
I have burrowing, so fuck you, Praveen.
Yeah, burrowing fat tissue.
Also, now we can do pre-effects. So, fertile. Booyah.
repopulate.
Have fun eating yourself. And mostly him.
Yeah.
Everyone who fertiled.
But is pack hunting in any way overcome defensive herding?
Pack hunting can overcome. No, pack hunting does not overcome defensive herding. So
Right.
yeah, he can't attack you.
That's what I thought.
Yep, because you now have 6 population.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
So
it's
he
this one.
needs intelligence
This is
to
my,
defeat your
my
defensive herding.
bulwark.
Yep. So basically, he's going to eat your other guy and then
Yeah.
himself.
All right.
And he's, yeah. Good job, everyone. And he hilariously is gonna have to eat his own defensive
Yeah.
herding. That's pretty great. All right.
Well, it depends. I feel like I can eat the other species.
Now cards, right?
6, 9, 14, 20.
All right.
Wow.
While you're doing that,
So much food.
why don't you? I'm gonna. Oh
I'm
yeah.
just gonna grab.
I forgot
one
to
of these
move my
things.
fat tissue. That's
1,
the
2,
thing.
3, 4.
Well, I can discard cards for
7,
food
8.
too.
You don't have intelligence.
10.
How are you gonna discard cards for food?
I thought you could discard cards. For
No, that's
food.
what
that's
intelligence
not-
lets you do.
Interesting.
Yep. Do you even have cards left over?
Nope.
2, 3.
How are you gonna discard?
Not this turn. I'm fine this turn.
Oh, okay. I mean, if by fine you mean you can feed this guy only if you murder your other 2 species, then yes, you're fine.
I think it's a little. Well,
There we go.
No,
No.
that's literally.
I want a clarification on the
Kyle, did you
population thing.
do a thing? I took my first food already.
I have not taken food yet. Okay, so food for me.
You might want to feed the one. Feed
Yes,
the,
you're right.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jordan.
you're welcome. It's
That
your first
feeds
time playing the
two.
game, so like stuff like that is like easy
Appreciate
to
it.
forget about.
Yeah, I want to eat that one with my small.
All right, so that one loses one population. Your
2
guy,
meats.
you get 2 meat for the guy who did that, which was the smaller one.
Yeah.
Okay. Joel, 2 meat.
Oh yes.
You could just give the bag to Praveen if you trust him with it, or
If you trust me.
Praveen
I
might
don't
just
have to
be
be
like.
the one that's counting out all of the like
Right.
millions of food
Yeah.
that's going into.
I don't
the-
want to do that though.
All right, I am going to start loading up fat tissue because that's what I do
Nice.
in my thing that's
Nope.
not nearly as cool as Joel's thing.
I've never used this intelligence.
Yeah, but fat tissue and burrowing is all you needed, and you
I'm
got
gonna
a
get
lot
to max
farther than
body
you did.
size, and then I'm gonna just swap burrowing for carnivore and wreck someone. It'll be
Wait,
great.
what'd you just feed? Oh, the sneeze species. Got it.
Yep.
I'm gonna fat tissue. Joel, feed.
Yes.
Kyle,
Food.
food. That one kind of looks like a pineapple from a distance, even though it's meat. It's a meat. It's a pine chicken.
Nope.
Pine chicken. I like that.
Chickens are the apples of the meat world.
Next.
It's true.
True story. All right.
I want to eat Kyle's creature.
Okay.
Death.
I just can't get a new species.
Welcome to my world.
Oh, 2 meats.
I've lost like 4
I think
species now.
Praveen wins.
He's a murderer.
Yeah. Praveen is literally a murderer.
Survival of the fittest meat eater.
Survival of the only person who can draw carnivores.
I mean, I've tossed
The
many
RNG has
carnivores
chosen
this
you.
game.
I tossed one at the very beginning because I needed
I've only
it.
seen 1 or 2.
Oh, I'm done. Joel,
Load up that fat.
Fat.
as Joel slowly works his way to victory.
That's it. Anybody else?
I'm
It's just
calling
me.
it quits this turn.
Oh,
I'm good
Praveen's
to go.
done.
You must keep feeding.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I said you must feed if you are able to. So you must attack yourself.
Oh, it feels bad, dude.
But you get to bank that,
That's fine. Yeah, that's true.
so it's fine. That's why I said you're gonna lose that defensive hurting.
All right.
So give him a food for his guy.
Wait, how? Oh, yeah, you're right.
You're gonna have to keep attacking because you have so much population.
Oh my god.
You're literally just going to consume.
You're eating yourself.
I know.
You're gonna consume all. You just have to
Just
decide
like
which
Nibbler.
of these is going to survive.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
real
fair, yeah.
problem.
He gets cards when species die, though, right?
No.
Or is it cards based on?
Cards based on how many species you have at the beginning of the next turn.
Can I see?
Sure.
Oh, I haven't been following Scavenger, but also this guy's full anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh right. I
It
forgot
would
about that
have.
one.
You would have. I mean, if you want, you could put one back and take it from there because you would have gotten it on
I guess.
his like first
Yeah.
attack.
Yeah.
Not that we're ever going to run out of food in the freaking watering hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
All right. Is it back to me?
So, when a creature goes extinct, you draw the number of trait cards equal to the number discarded.
Oh,
Oh. Okay.
that's interesting.
So I actually should have drawn a card on at least one occasion.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so like if you lose the cards because it went extinct,
Right.
you get to draw that many up.
okay. I mean, we could just draw the cards now for the ones that already died and just have them for the next turn. That seems fine.
It'll
Fair
be like
enough.
you
I think I
don't
only lost 1 card.
All right. I lost
Pretty
4
sure.
because
Yeah,
it was
you
this
lost
guy
a
who
lot
had
of
3 and this
cards.
guy who had 1.
Oh, okay.
But it would have these probably would have helped me to have earlier than now. So it's like still way late, but it is what it is.
Is it back to me?
Yes.
All right. I am done.
Feels bad.
Oh no.
You have so much food.
Eating my own dude.
All right. Hey, you're gonna get. If you kill this one instead of that one, you get 3 cards.
That's a good point, actually.
I mean, you're gonna have to attack this one once anyway, so you don't have to decide yet. But 1 food for Praveen. I'm still done. Point is, now that we know that that rule is in effect, that rule exists,
Back to food?
that is a thing. All right.
2.
I guess you don't actually have
Yeah.
to kill it, so you're good. because of the body size.
So you can
And then
discard a trait at
three.
any time,
Yes.
or at the beginning of your turn.
At any time you can just
With
get
that,
rid
I
of
am
it.
finished.
For example,
Vivi?
if you
With my carnivorous luck, I'll get another one.
For example, if you
Okay,
didn't,
we're
if
all
you
good.
had not wanted to be a carnivore, you could have discarded it and just taken it all from the watering hole instead of killing your species. But you would have
Yeah.
you would have been not
But
a
I'm a man.
carnivore, and all of these other traits would have been pointless.
Hi, Acrobar.
Hello.
Hey, Acrobar, welcome. you're not that late. It's fine. We started like 10 minutes ago. It's okay.
All right, take all our foods off the
That
table.
was
Everyone's
believable,
done?
right?
Yeah, I think we're banking, huh?
Bank
We're
food.
banking.
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Praveen banking like 10 food.
Yeah.
I think I have
Gotta
like
eat.
10 food in here.
So the thing about fat tissue late game is it actually doesn't get you extra food. Just like it's
Yeah.
a,
Well,
it's a
in
cool
scarcity
combo.
conditions,
It,
though,
yeah,
it'd
the
be
problem is
great.
we have no scarcity conditions, but in
I guess so.
that
Yeah.
usually doesn't happen.
Uh,
So basically, Joel,
Draw
from
cards.
your perspective, you want to play middling level food cards because you want to make sure there's enough that you can restock fat tissue, but you also don't care if there's a round of scarcity because you have fat tissue.
yeah.
That said, against
I've
the
just been
carnivore,
playing the food card that I least want to have as a
Right.
trait, right?
yeah. Also, with this carnivore in play, your fat tissue burrowing combo is too important to mess with the scarcity conditions.
So if I discard one of these cards, does it gain me? It does not gain me any population or anything.
No,
Correct.
it's discarding it
Yeah.
just allows you to put a new trait down. That's it.
Garbage.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, food. Watering hole cards, everyone. The producer cam is pretty great. We have 4 cameras working. It's a miracle. And they're working all at the same time.
Oh no, they almost didn't.
Yeah. OBS hates cameras, confirmed.
Wait, we get to our water.
I
Yeah,
thought
watering
our
hole
computer was
Praveen.
just gonna like
I always want to
I already
skip this
did.
for some reason. Okay.
tilt over and
You
back.
did?
Oh, did I?
No,
No.
you didn't, because I'm the only one who's put one in.
There you go.
Once we have all 4, then we can play stuff.
All right, watering hole card. Hooray.
All right.
What to discard?
I think we're waiting on Joel.
Put that down.
Yeah, oh yeah, right. There's the watering hole card too. Gee. Oh, I have an extra one. I don't think I need that.
All right, so now we get to do all the fun stuff.
Whatever.
We'll discard this for a species.
Also getting a species. Yay, species.
Also getting a species.
Ruh-roh. Somebody got defensive cards finally.
Or I just like Praveen killing my stuff. Also possible.
Legit.
Stockholm Syndrome.
Legit.
I don't want to play these cards.
We should have our new schedule this week.
Yes,
We were just finalizing. We know what games we're gonna play. We're just picking what days they go in.
exactly. We're very close.
It's kind of TwitchCon is in October, so that kind of throws in like a.
I want to discard these two for population.
Discard all 3 of these population.
Oh shit.
Discarding these two for population. Getting rid of burrowing.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's.
Actually, I don't want to do population. I'm going to do.
I'm gonna discard 4 for 2 population on each of these.
Damn.
It's like, what's happening?
Breeding.
Wait, you need to discard
Sorry.
one of yours, one of your traits.
Sorry, I've placed it on top.
Hey, look, a carnivore. I'm discarding that for a population.
Alright.
I know that just because I finally got cards that were worth playing, that Praveen drew the exact card that counters whatever it is that I'm doing. Like, I know, I'm screwed no matter what.
I could be screwed. We'll see.
Alright. Are we good?
Is Praveen still thinking what to do with his 2 discards?
Yes.
Whether they're population or body size or a million more species.
So
No,
I
let
put
me
the
just do
tank
it.
on
Well,
Praveen
no, I
first.
don't want to do that. I want
Put the
to
what?
do-
I put the tank on you. Apparently, I should have put it on Praveen.
Right?
Bum 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 bum.
I'm going to excuse myself. Oh, Praveen is tanking.
Yeah.
He's gonna sigh as soon as the door shuts.
Yep. That's exactly what
And decided.
Yeah. Continue.
All right.
Your turn. Oh wait, we
Now we reveal.
get fertile.
What's your other one? I figured.
Intelligence.
I knew it. How many cards
Alright,
do you have
remind
in
me
your
again what
hand?
intelligence does.
Oh, it's discard from your hand. Fuck. I didn't read that.
Oh, he doesn't
properly.
have any cards. Yes. All right.
Huh.
Defensive hurting.
I want to take back my.
No, you can't undo it now.
I didn't read the cards properly.
Cannot be
The
undone.
turn has not started yet.
Praveen, you can't just retcon
Right
what
here.
you did.
I can, in fact.
No.
The turn hasn't started
No.
yet.
A, you are already winning. B, we've already explained how intelligence worked like 4 times.
Wait, no, you
and Joel
haven't.
has had it. Yes,
Oh,
we have explained
well,
it many
How am I
times.
supposed to look at that?
And like on multiple occasions, I have turned to you and explained exactly how discarding a card works because you've
That's
asked
true.
me. You literally asked me if you could discard a trait, and I said no. Discard cards have to come from your hand. And Kyle asked me that exact same question. Like
The problem
half
is
an hour
none
ago.
of that told me that intelligence requires a discard,
It
which I didn't
literally
read,
says it on the
which
card.
is why I have accepted your statement.
Anyways, I have fertile and symbiosis, so this guy can't be attacked if this guy has bigger body size.
Sure.
All right. Do you want to go ahead and flip Joel's and yours?
Yeah, so let's see. I think
He
Joel
just-
only
just
has
one.
one.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is horns.
Okay.
And I have long neck and climbing.
All right. So now, things like fertile and long neck come into play.
Yes.
So anyone with fertile gains a population.
Just one
Feels good, man.
plant
Oh.
food from the food bank.
And in your long neck gains 1 food. And if you want to move Joel's fat tissue over so we can start, since he feeds last anyways.
Yes, which species would you
It's
wish to
the-
feed?
No, it only goes onto the feces that
I
has
see.
fat tissue.
That
Yep.
makes a great amount of sense.
So,
What's going on? Did you just resolve things?
so Praveen played intelligence and didn't
Nice.
read the card and didn't save any
Yes.
cards to discard. One for his carnival.
Lol.
Which I am not letting him retcon because we've explained both intelligence and discarding
Multiple times.
multiple times. And because he's already winning by a significant margin. So this is like the only opportunity that anyone has.
Excellent.
We went ahead and moved your fat tissue over.
Awesome.
I played symbiosis, fertile, defensive, hurting.
Sure.
He added fertile here. Did you give yourself a population for that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And we have a climbing long neck that looks. It's basically this, but can climb.
Nice.
I do have a solution to my problem.
Seems fine. Just stop being a carnivore. That's the solution.
I'm just gonna
Tissue
eat mine
over.
and gain 3 cards.
That seems fine. Like,
Kate, you've lost something.
Alright,
You
it's
guys
my
have a couple
turn.
guesses.
Oh, did you already get food?
I've lost.
Oh, we need to count the cards, don't we?
Oh yeah, Joel usually just does that while no one's paying attention.
Where was it?
In the bathroom.
Yeah.
How'd you gain that food? Oh,
Long
long
neck.
neck. Got
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
hashtag security.
Joel, would you like to
Security,
reward
yeah.
us with food in the watering hole?
I don't do
How
physical
many?
security.
Oh, yeah.
The cards are right there. I haven't looked
I
at
only
them.
do digital security.
We could have had Kyle
5,
do it.
6, 11, 15.
We really
But
wanted
That's
you-
the lowest amount of food that we have generated.
I mean,
thus
I'm gonna
far.
be honest. With the cards I've had,
1, 2,
I've had no incentive not to throw like a 5 or higher every single round. Other people have not had that same incentive, but
So
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting thing with the when I played Climate is
12,
one of the things
13.
about playing those the food cards. It also affected which way the climate went. So you're like, I have this really good card, except it'll like make the whole climate way too hot, and then I'll lose all my characters. So you didn't want to play that. So then
Yeah.
you're like, okay, I guess I'll play this cold one, or like.
hey,
We
what?
got a bit for security.
Thank you, Narcoleptic Penguin.
We
Cheers
just have
for
a bit of
security.
Yippee.
All right. Kyle feeds.
Awesome.
Oh, we also missed that. I
Ah,
believe.
sorry. Yep, we were doing that right as you walked in.
I'm gonna ask you. Oh, never mind. I know the answer.
All right, go ahead and feed whichever you want to feed first.
I'm gonna at my own species.
Why not feed that one first?
Oh, that's a good point. Oh,
It could
it has
feed.
to eat.
Or,
Yeah.
well, I mean, you could always just discard carnivore and feed from the watering hole and then eat it. But then you would get one less card.
Yeah.
Or you could have it feed off this for one. But then this wouldn't be able to feed. So you might be screwed, actually.
I'm just gonna eat it as I originally
Okay.
planned. 2 meats, please. I will draw 3 cards. And this goes away.
It'd be funny if there was a caveat in here that was like, you don't get the cards if you ate your own species. Yeah, it's fine. Cool. That is a part of the game that I never knew about. I'm just gonna feed this guy. I'm gonna be doing a lot of feeding this turn for once.
Yeah.
Finally, my freaking fertile's paying off. Praveen can't
Gonna
munch on
feed.
my freaking species
Or so you think.
yet. I mean, you can now.
Yeah. I'm gonna
But-
discard
Yeah.
this warning call to invalidate your symbiosis.
That's fine. So you feed for 1 food.
Yep.
That seems fine. Not a problem.
I'm just gonna eat
Why-
Joel and
did you
get-
just draw a
Oh, sorry. I don't know what I was doing there. I need one meat, please.
Yeah, that's right. I hope you eat it and I can get 2 cards back. I'm
Maybe I
gonna
will,
feed this
maybe I
guy
won't.
before you feed on him.
Your turn.
Hmm? My go?
Of course, there are other people you can invalidate too now as well, which is interesting. Like that burrowing guy with fat tissue.
That's exactly what I was about to do. I'll discard the warning call
Mhm.
to invalidate your burrowing.
What's your? You get your population plus your size, right?
For pack hunting,
You
yeah,
got it.
which is a lot.
Sure.
Oh,
you
man.
get one of these.
No.
You decrease
sorry.
1 population.
Or sorry,
You
sorry.
lose
Yeah,
a population
one of those is what I mean.
And give me 3 meats.
6.
Well,
Oh, but 3, yeah.
3
'cause
is
the-
all you get.
And this, my friends,
Mhm.
is why becoming a carnivore with fat tissue is so, so good.
Becoming a carnivore with fat tissue.
Like, carnivore pack hunting
Mm.
fat tissue is a pretty great combo.
Mhm.
Or carnivore intelligence fat tissue.
Mhm.
Next. Jordan.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep feeding. Seems good. Man, we'll just
I'm
keep
not
doing
even
this.
like he gets a
Eating
lot
my
of
veggies.
Praveen gets a lot of food out of it, but
Joel.
he only gets 1 of my population per turn, which is not so bad.
Yeah, he basically eats one of the animals.
Well, your body size is huge, so.
Yeah, so he gets a lot of food out of it. It makes sense. Actually, thematically, it's really good.
Yeah.
Fat tissue.
It's actually really
Joel?
it's actually decently balanced for the carnivore too. 'Cause then they don't
Otherwise,
have to eat
carnivores
like
would be
a-
OP.
Well, no, I think it's useful because then you can feast really quickly without having to continually eat like if your
Right.
body size is high.
Right.
So carnivores.
It also keeps carnivores from just wiping everything off
Yeah.
the map.
Yeah, having played the
Joel?
beginning, which was interesting because there is no intelligence, and there are many more
Defensive.
defensive abilities that say like you can't eat this unless you also have the same ability, sort of thing.
Oh, sorry,
but that's
Joel.
also kind of fair because there's they just totally removed the size mechanic.
Joel.
So I threw up there. These are the other
That-
cards that
Oop.
come in when you play Climate. They added extra cards to the.
We have the best jungle sounds. Everyone says we have the best jungle sounds.
Jordan.
Are your jungle sounds going
So-
to make me tired of all that winning?
Oh, we're finally running out of.
Yeah,
burgers.
actually
finally
running out of
running out
food.
of food.
Yeah.
It's
well,
happening.
because we fed
population
like
density.
monsters.
Mhm.
Yep.
I'm done, finally. Joel's just like, yeah, I get more points
Yep.
than that.
I'm done.
I'm also done.
Joel's
Well,
like,
I'm
I get
just
more points
gonna-
than that.
Oh man.
Take it all.
Good shit.
Fortunately,
Fuck.
there's still enough for Fertile to
Tell
be
me
effective.
baggy.
Yes, we shall. I survived a round. It's a miracle. My new strategy in this game from now on is when playing against a carnivore, create level 1 creatures that have 3 trash traits on them,
Yes.
just so I can
Turbo
cycle my
through.
hand.
I just did the thing that I said I was going to do.
Oh,
Except I
but
knew
we're-
exactly how many I
You
had.
put all like 12.
I
of
just
your
dumped
food.
12 into there. Who
Oh my
knows how many other times I've done that? But right now,
All right.
Wow. All right.
6,
1,
7,
2,
8,
3,
9,
4,
10,
Running out of
11,
cards.
12.
Right.
Okay.
That means the game is almost over. This may in fact be the last turn.
I think it is.
Wait, where's the? All right, give me 5.
How many are there? 5 exactly. All right. How many do you need?
5.
This is the last turn, everyone. At the end of this turn, Praveen wins. Or does he? Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, that
I
was
don't think Joel has lots of food.
This deck is
Yeah,
just
a
big enough that it's
good
a
amount
little
of food.
challenging to shuffle. Why is there news about Hugh Hefner?
What?
Did he die or something?
What?
What?
There was news on Twitter about Hugh Hefner. Oh, he did die.
Oh, holy shit.
Rip Hugh Hefner.
Oh my god.
It's oddly enough like the end of an icon.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So a defensive trait is anything that is white.
I think so, yes.
Score at the end of the game is all your food eaten plus population at the end of the game plus trait cards at the end of the game.
Exactly. Here's your 5.
Thank you.
Remember your watering hole, everyone. We must feed the beast.
So, but so this is the last round, is it?
Yes.
Okay, and so fat tissue is actually ceases to be relevant because there won't be another turn.
Correct.
In
However, if you discard it right now, it won't be there to transfer the
yes,
food.
okay, so you have to keep it effectively. I see.
However, this fertile, no longer useful
Yep.
because I'm already maxed.
So I just like this. This thing is already fed
yeah, basically.
effectively.
You got it.
Hmm.
I'm trying to figure out how to maximize my food this turn.
I know,
Mhm.
right?
And it's tough.
It
Mhm.
really is.
It's real tough. And Praveen feeds first. Also, quite interesting.
Am I gonna do what I think I'm going to do?
To discard 1 for 1 population.
What were we waiting on for
You're waiting on me, I believe.
Oh wait, no, I have to put in a water.
Oh, for a watering hole card?
Yes.
Oh, I do have
Make sure there's enough food this last turn before we have a surprise shortage. We all die.
to. Oh, this is the last turn,
Right?
right?
You know what? I'm just gonna discard my last 3 cards for 3 population.
Discarding.
I'm discarding this one for population here.
Symbiosis is so good.
And I'm going to discard Fertile here for a card, and I'm gonna size this up because
Okay.
I'm curious if that body size is actually gonna help you at all.
Do your
Or if
reveal.
you should have
I
just
haven't
made
played that
like
card
two
yet, I'm still
species
thinking.
or something. Or a species with
What does it say?
symbiosis,
Oh,
which you just
I like that your card literally just says Steve will be salty.
Yeah, that was the fortune cookie.
well, this
Wait,
like if I made a
that
thing
was-
with
that's from a
symbiosis,
fortune
it would have had to.
I don't remember that. Was that,
was
present?
probably not. It was deception, murder in Hong Kong.
Yeah, Penguin sent us customized.
Oh,
We
wait,
got
I don't
custom
remember.
fortune cookies.
Mine says the tables will be tilted.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's
Oh, I
also
don't
what
think
mine
I got
says.
one.
Yes.
Yeah. Mine says Steve will be salty.
Actually, I probably got one and I just threw it away.
Were you
'cause
there for that
I
stream?
definitely was.
Red velvet
Okay.
robes.
The second one, not the first one. The one when John was here, in person.
No.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you weren't here, were you?
All right. We're just waiting on Kyle.
Mhm.
We're so close. This is the last round. Cue dramatic music.
Mm-hmm.
Going to get rid of 2
Think
cards.
tank.
to
Think tank.
increase
Think tank.
Mm-hmm.
Body size.
Ooh. Ooh.
Is that it?
Interesting.
What are you gonna use that card?
It may be an
This guy?
Yeah.
You could remember that your fertile is basically not useful at this point because
That is
so if
absolutely
you
true,
wanted
so
to
I can
replace it
discard
with the card
this.
in your hand, if it was useful, you could do that.
Thank you very much.
Yes. This fertile is still useful.
But then my hand is empty.
Right. Well, it depends on if you needed to have cards in your hand or not. I don't know what you're doing. So.
Shall we reveal?
Neither do I. So.
All right. Yes. Let's reveal. Scavenger, of course.
I actually just gained and lost nothing. So.
Okay. Defensive hurting and symbiosis. How many cards do you have in your hand? 1. Yes. Haha.
It's only negate a trait. Either way.
Right, but you could discard 2 cards
Oh,
to,
you
do,
think?
to do 2.
To do
yeah.
2 traits, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
on the next attack.
You're right. It says
right?
discard cards,
All right.
So,
and then I have another fertile.
All right.
oh Jesus! Wait, no, you can't do that. You can't,
You can't have multiple of the
You could
same.
put it. You could have put it over here though, but you can't have 2 traits on the same one.
Okay. Sure.
right.
So Praveen goes. Oh, we do
So
this
now,
first.
before we reveal that, people with fertile and long neck and fat tissue, do your things.
Just clinch that food.
Oh, let's calculate this.
Actually, this is confusing.
6, 10, 17.
Mhm.
Wow, you guys are
What is
really
Oh, I
going
see.
at
Oh,
it.
never
you
mind.
didn't,
I had to
what is
make
this
sure there
card?
was
What are these
enough.
cards?
I went for
Huh?
the low ball. I went
We
for the
flipped
one.
all our cards.
Oh, we did?
Kyle did not reveal his card, so Kyle has
Oh.
a carnivore
Yep. Carnivore and useless for me, but
and
intelligence.
intelligence.
Okay.
Sure.
But so it's for
So it's a carnivore with climbing. Oh, interesting. Wait, and you also have a carnivore with
I do
climbing.
also have a carnivore with climbing.
So you guys could just like eat
And they're
each
at the
other.
same body size.
Oh, so they can't even eat each other. That's
What?
hilarious.
Oh, it has to be
Has to
strictly
be
less.
greater.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
So I'm not even sure that you guys can eat anything.
Yes, we can.
This.
that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The
Hello.
scavenger. The scavenger with lots of population. That's hilarious.
Actually, can't carnivores eat other carnivores?
Carnivores can absolutely eat
Yes.
other carnivores.
So why can't we eat
Oh
that?
yeah, you absolutely can eat
Yeah.
the carnivore.
And
that
you
we've
said
all
the
been
size
eating on.
wasn't useful.
No, I didn't say it wasn't useful. I just said they cancel each other out.
Ah.
My turn?
Yes.
Yeah,
so
you do have the first turn.
I would suggest eating as much as you can
Yes.
right now. Perhaps somebody that would give you 6 food in one attack.
I would like to attack
Yeah,
Joel.
Such body size, much wow.
And this is why my body size stopped at 4.
Yep.
so that Joel would look tastier.
Oh, we didn't put
I'm being
the
tasty.
17 down as well.
Oh, is it 17?
Yeah.
He can do that
Right.
now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Say, that looks mighty empty, that watering hole.
Yes.
Mighty empty.
6.
The watering hole done run dry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Size matters. No body shaming.
That should go under Joel.
Oh, and I gain
I
one.
know.
All right, to Jordan, right?
one me.
Hashtag size matters over the bits cup. Yes. Bigger bits. All right, is it my turn?
Yep.
Trying to think. This guy's done feeding. I don't think any of your carnivores can attack me for any reason. So
That's hurting's good.
I'm good. I can just feed. Okay, so food. Meanwhile, the carnivores are like, we better feed before there's nothing to feed on.
Yep.
Yep. Well, I am going to. That's got 1. That one's got 1. That's got 2. So there's 1.
Pro tip: if you attack the scavenger first, he gets less food at the end.
Yeah. Which is.
Who's
probably
going to
what the play
TwitchCon?
was.
Yes, the 4 of us are going to TwitchCon.
We, the 4 of us, are running the tabletop area. at
That's
TwitchCon.
right.
Who
And-
better for the job?
Yes, and many other people on the Tilted Table team will be there, including Steve and Scott and Charmine.
Yes, we
and
do.
Probably
I am
Olivia.
software engineer. I go to TwitchCon.
Yeah.
IR
Welcome to
software
the
engineer.
conversation, Praveen.
You never answered the question. You just
Yeah,
said
we did.
who's going to TwitchCon.
No,
Oh, I asked.
The question was, do software
She asked
engineers go to
that.
I mean, yes. The
Yeah.
answer is all kinds of employees get to
Yes.
because they all.
All right,
use
whose
as many
turn is it
people
to
as they
feed?
can
It's
for-
yours.
No, I'm actually
No, it's
deciding what
Joel's.
to eat.
Oh, you're
and
carnivoring.
I
Right.
am going
Carnivoring.
to eat the scavenger.
All right. You get 1.
1 food.
And give
That
me 1
works.
food.
And then you lose a population.
And then there's a population.
Yeah, that scavenger is going to max out
Real quick.
real quick, which is nice, so you might as well take the population while you can.
I'm going to feature first carnivore.
Give me 1 food.
Interesting.
Oh, my first carnivore.
You're not going to eat the scavenger?
Give me 1 food.
Food for
Well,
that.
don't
So that gives me
don't,
2
don't
meats.
clear, don't clear
Yeah.
the food off. Just leave it there.
Oh, you're right.
Leave it there and just lose a population.
Well, I'm just gonna.
I mean,
I guess I'll just take some food.
For which one?
I'm thinking. I think like it doesn't really. I think it's better to go here because he eats me. I go down. Oh no, I do gain 1 more.
You'll lose the population before you gain the food from scavenger.
You think?
Yes, but Kyle gave you a gift by allowing you to get 1
That's
more
true.
food. Either way, the next
Yeah,
person
it
who
doesn't
attacks you,
really
you'll get
matter,
1
yeah.
food, so you might as well not feed it. I'm gonna do that.
I'm the scavenger again.
Give me 1 meat, please.
It worked pretty well.
Yeah, we're done.
Fertile's pretty fun.
I'm going to non-scavenger myself.
Bum bum bum.
Feels bad, dude.
Also, as you guys are planning your attacks, keep in mind that if you manage to make a species extinct, those are points that Praveen will not get at the end of the game.
Yep.
Every species is worth 1. Every trait card is worth 1. So keep that in mind. I'm just gonna keep.
Wait, I didn't get to
doing
feed
this.
again.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I thought you did feed. My
No,
bad.
I got the.
My bad.
from the scavenger
All right.
attack.
And
I
to
feed.
Jordan, eating the next.
Gain 2.
Yeah. You guys gotta be careful though to make sure you have enough attacks to kill the scavenger. I don't think you have enough to kill the carnivore.
I'm going to kill the scavenger. It's a meat for me.
No, that's the same as you. Yep.
Praveen, go ahead and feed.
Thank you.
Donka.
I will also feed. Slowly but surely, 1 food at a time, making my big play of the game.
Scavenger.
1 more, 1 more, 1
Scavenger.
more.
Mm.
Yes!
Say it's a meat for me.
Draw 2 cards, Praveen. It's so exciting on this last turn. So those go away, that goes away. You get to keep the food,
Oh,
and
I
you get
gained
2 cards.
So the species itself is worth something, but the population is not.
Correct.
Okay, sure.
Population is a tiebreaker somewhere in there.
Sure.
But
okay.
species and trait cards are actually worth points.
Mhm.
So you two are in a great position right now
All right.
by like 1 point.
Yeah.
I can't use these for
I
anything,
believe it
right?
is
They're just
Kyle's
sitting in my
turn.
hand
No,
perpetually.
wait. You're
Is it my turn to feed?
yes.
I finished the scavenger. Yeah.
Yes.
Population
I
is worth points.
yes.
Population is worth points.
Is it? Okay.
Explain points.
I think I read that earlier and then I forgot. Yes. Species are worth points equal to their population. That's,
I
that's
see.
what I said.
All right.
Yes.
So I'm gonna. You just
yes.
went.
No,
so-
I did not. I
okay.
will now though.
I'm gonna nom the carnivore.
Total population plus all food eaten plus all
Yes.
trait cards on species.
There we go. Yep.
Sure.
Yep. Thank you
Alright.
for clarifying.
Feeding.
Getting tight on food.
Sorry.
So I hear can just take this to diminish the overall food pool.
No.
Right?
Are we actually differentiating? Okay.
They're all
Yeah,
plenty.
Pull up.
All right.
Which I should have been doing earlier, actually,
Probably.
because no one was contesting.
Yep. Thankfully, you
Mhm.
didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And
So you got.
I will
thankfully.
barely get fed. By one food, I will get fed. All
As
right.
soon as I lose a population, right?
Don't you get a
So-
food,
Yes,
Jordan?
so-
There's one more.
Oh, there's one near. Oh no.
Oh, I
that's
didn't
Kyle's.
even see it, and it's
Oh,
Kyle's.
sweet.
So
Okay,
you
you
saved
don't
it.
need to-
Praveen,
right.
you just saved Kyle's life.
Thank you.
His life?
So friendly.
Yeah.
You saved a
Yeah.
You
population.
saved him a
Jeez.
point.
Ooh,
2 points, actually.
your life, dude.
All right,
All right.
so. I mean, you saved the lives of his species.
That's true.
So
Well, did
that
I?
is it.
One population, yeah. So
We'd
some
be
of his
done.
species.
Oh, that's true.
So everyone bank your food.
Oh, if you don't fill up to your population, do you lose a population?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
You lose all the population that didn't get fed.
Welcome to the rules, Praveen.
I mean, I learned. Gotta learn them sometime.
Also life, because starvation.
All
is
right.
real.
So now, in order to
Give
calculate
you
your
like
score,
a little nibble off the rest of
Alright.
your friends.
as we've
you'll
been
be good to go.
reminded,
Each food in a player's bag is worth 1 point.
Wait, can we do the board first before
Sure.
we distribute
Sure.
all the food?
Each species is worth points equal to its population.
All right. So this is a total of
Okay.
11.
yeah, you just keep it in your head for now.
Yeah.
Each trait card on a surviving species is worth 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
And then each food in your bag.
Make sure none of them got stuck in the bag. That's happened to you before.
Yeah, that's just the corners, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to do better differentiation.
Yeah, I'm just stacking them so when
That's
I inevitably
probably a
lose count.
really good idea.
I kind of wish I had kept track of which ones were meat and which ones were veggies, just to see how much I had eaten, like how diverse my diet was.
It was not very diverse. I can tell you that much.
I'm sure you can watch the VOD and calculate
There you
That's
go.
not happening.
it.
All right. I have a number.
I do not. But I bet. I don't know. My number will be respectable. After Praveen kept me down the whole game.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, I don't
If
mind.
it wasn't me, it would have been Steve.
No, if
each
it wasn't you, it
species
would have
is
been
point equals
Scott.
Population.
That's true.
Because Scott,
And each trade card is 1 point?
Yeah.
Scott loves this game. This is one of Scott's favorite games.
Basically, each card, each population point, and each food.
Okay. I believe I've done math correctly. 71.
Yes, that's what I thought. 56.
59.
59 as well.
There we
What's the
go.
tiebreaker?
All Praveen's fault.
It's all Praveen.
So
Second
it-
to- yeah.
I don't think anyone cares about tiebreaker for second place. I think they're both glad that they got to eat.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
that
we
was the
were-
most rewarding part of the game.
That was
I never
what
did
the size was
anything.
worth.
Actually, I did.
You did a lot to both of them.
I mean, I should have
Well,
gone.
I didn't fuck up Joel that much. I only
I should
had
have
one
gone carnivore
population
here
per
way sooner.
Should have what?
I should have gone carnivore here way
Oh,
sooner.
yeah.
Yeah.
As I was saying, body size carnivores are amazing. Like body size fat tissue carnivores.
Yeah.
And with intelligence, you would have just murderized everyone, including Praveen.
Yeah.
Though if you'd done that, you and Praveen probably would have just gone after each other with his pack hunting.
That's true. I had a
Yeah.
bunch of like random shit that I didn't play because it didn't make sense. Because nobody else
You
had
didn't have
was
to use
going
any of your
carnivores.
defensive
Yeah.
points, right?
Yeah. All right. Congratulations, Praveen.
Thank you.
Carnivores
Thank
win
you.
the
Thank
day.
you. You've all learned that veggies, salads, that isn't going to keep you alive in life.
You can't evolve with salad.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true.
Here's all
Thank
my
you,
tokens, by the way.
Bruce. You're champion. Oh yes, I finally get the crown too.
Yay,
Make it hard on
winner!
Woo!
The crown's
Woo!
following you.
What a crown!
That's great. All right, so let's move into post-game thoughts here. Kyle, you're new
This game was
to the
great.
stream.
The greatest game I've ever played in my life.
For those of you who, like Kyle, are new to the stream, I would like to
I thought you were just
explain
gonna stop there. For
how
those of you who
our
like Kyle.
post-game thoughts section works. We have a few different categories that we like to. We don't exactly rate games on, but we like to sort of give our feedback and thoughts.
Qualitative.
Yeah, and kind of talk about how we felt about the game. So to start, let's talk about component quality and artwork. What did you guys think about the artwork and the quality of the components, the cubes, the board, the tokens, the cards, etc.?
Shall we start from Kyle? Philip, what you meant? Holding the back.
If you'd like to. Do you have any
That's the
thoughts,
bad
Kyle?
guy, that's all my-
As far as artwork goes, I actually quite like the watering hole. This would be a great mouse pad, as a matter of fact.
Right?
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Yeah. If,
That means a lot coming from someone
So
who
you're
uses
saying-
their computer all day.
what you're saying is if North Star sold a mouse pad that had that artwork on it, you would be interested in buying it?
I might, yeah.
Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Bruce.
The bamboo desk would look great.
Alright? Yeah. It was actually, it's a nice, it'd be a cool shape if the mouse pad would actually cut like that,
Yes,
too.
I agree.
Wait, really? It's on the Kickstarter. I knew it!
Already a thing.
Well
Of course,
done,
'cause
Kyle.
It's a computer game. Yeah.
Sweet, called
Excellent.
Well done. Alright. Do you have any thoughts on this topic?
Yeah, I will
you can go.
sail into it after you.
Yeah. All right.
I always end up taking a
Um,
bunch of time on this topic, so.
I mean, components like having these boards for the species is nice. These are a nice touch. You know, you have your standard like cubes. The cards are sort of your average board gaming cards. I always point out the lack of linen finish when there is a lack of linen finish, but that's not a huge thing.
It's it's one of those nice to haves,
Yeah.
but as long as the cards aren't super flimsy, it's like whatever.
I feel like a linen finish would have taken away from the artwork just because it's very pastel-y.
Yeah, that does happen sometimes, and that's a consideration. But the artwork is great. I love the style. It's very vibrant and interesting and kind of like otherworldly in a way, because these are kind of weird, theoretical, evolved creatures of all kinds.
We didn't do scientific.
I was just thinking we forgot the best part.
Yeah.
Wait, Praveen can do this for what he had, which was basically a pack hunting carnivore. We
Yeah,
can all go
your
back
your best
for your best
thing.
species. So
Explain to
to
the
explain
audience what you're doing.
to
Wait,
the
you only
audience.
get a prefix and a suffix?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
basically,
Most
so
important
on the
traits.
backs of the player aids, there's a list of all of the different traits, and basically you pick the two most important traits of your species. Pick one of them as the genus, the other is the species, and you can make a scientific name for your species. Now, there are 6 player aids. There are 2 different types. Everyone else has one type. I have the other type. I'll let you figure out what that means soon.
I mean, so I'll start with my fat burrowing guy, who is our MVP, obviously, and
Most
he would have
vast
been
player.
most vast player. He would be a Diggo chunk.
Nice. A Diggo chunk. I like that.
a Pokemon.
Kyle.
So yeah, my guy primarily was defensive herding and fertile. He was a
Oh.
Flockadado.
I had a carnivorous pack hunting carnivore. We shall forever know the victor's animal as a Champa Crew.
Nice. And
The Champa Crew.
my only guy to survive the entire game.
No, you had 2 species at the end.
No, he made it to the end, but the other guy was the guy I had from the very beginning. So my very first species never died.
Took it easy on you.
So that was my only important species because I made sure I always had one more population than Praveen could take. So my fertile fat tissue guy, or I'm going to say fat tissue fertile because it's an Adipen lepusculus,
Damn, that actually sounds legit.
right? Or I could have gone Fecunda oleum, but I like Adipen.
Okay, so that's the scientific
Yeah,
version.
so
This is
the other version would have been a Lardo Dotto or a Playa Chunk. I like Playa
Playa
Chunk.
Chunk.
Playa Chunk!
Nice.
The fertile fat tissue, that's so good.
Oh, and as far as components go, the first player marker is awesome.
Hashtag Playa Chunk.
Yes, the first player marker is the coolest player marker
Yes.
I've ever seen.
Jordan, would you like to say anything about?
Yeah,
football?
so you guys didn't get to see a lot of it, though we did have it on the other camera screen, if our producer can pull that up. But the artwork of the cards is actually really cool. Like, if you see, like,
Turn 89!
Turn 89, welcome!
Thank you.
If you see, like, fat tissue and climbing and carnivore, like, not only is the artwork pretty, it is also, like, very obviously thematically relevant to what the card's name is and what it does. So I thought that was really great. Like, overall, the artwork of the boards was also pretty nice. I liked that there's this is really hard to see. I'm going to try and hold it close to the camera, but there's actually symbols here, like little stars or like a hand, that for body size it grows in size as you get higher, and there's just more of the stars. So it's like very easy to visualize with not just the numbers, how much population or body
The
size you have.
handprints.
Yeah, so like
Population,
different
yeah.
sized handprints for like how big the
No,
species
no, the
is.
population is handprints. Like.
Oh
like
yeah,
right,
sorry.
yeah.
But they're like a number of handprints versus the size of a handprint,
Yep.
which is like that's a nice graphical touch. They could have just left it at the numbers, but I really like that. All right, Praveen.
Yeah, I actually wanted to start off with
Yes.
the pouch because I really like it. Just everything about it is really nice to me. It's got a nice double hem, so it's not gonna like. A lot of board games have these pouches where the string is only tied once and it just comes off and it comes out and it's impossible to put back together. The printing quality is actually really nice too. It's hard to get like colors to transfer onto fabric like this very well.
It's very
But
vibrant.
The pastel scheme works really well, especially with the type of pouch that was chosen.
It's also super soft, and it kind of
It
makes
tells
wanna
you that
nuzzle
Jordan
it.
has done things, unspeakable acts.
Unspeakable nuzzling acts.
Yeah, but I like the animals a lot because they actually like. I thought they showed a lot of thought, specifically because the animals focused on animals that would actually survive evolution.
Yeah, they're actually. I think
Lizards,
they're all
reptiles.
cards too. The bag art, I think, is
Wolves.
all cards,
Yeah.
which is
Yes, they are.
which is a nice touch.
And then Kate kind of touched on the pastel scheme, but I think that the color scheme is really cohesive, both with the board as well as the artwork on the cards. It's really nice, and the color scheme makes font readable, which is something that some board games have problems with, particularly if they try to make the artwork really vibrant or just flashy. It becomes hard to focus on the actual text and read it. But both the font, you can't really see because I'm incapable of angles. Both the font choice as well as like the actual colors against the background is extremely easy to read. I like the color scheme a lot. There's some nice little subtle touches, which I noticed. I need to find a carnivore
Especially
card.
given that the cards have different color backgrounds, but the text works in all of them.
So
right?
there's nice things like the fertile card has like plants growing around the border.
The art is watercolors done by Catherine Hamilton.
Does look
You're
like
amazing,
watercolor.
Catherine.
So this
It's
is
so
this
good.
is actually a recurring theme, but I'm in love with watercolors because I struggle with them. So I always comment on
They're
that.
actual real paintings.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm. So in general, I just thought it was really well done. I actually love the board's color scheme as well. It's super nice. I like the rough finish. It's just beautiful. it's very pleasing to look at, and it doesn't strain your eyes or anything. So it's super nice in my opinion.
This is probably like the most we've talked about like art and component quality in a game before. Like usually we definitely talk about it, but this is like
I think this is one of the strong suits of
Yeah.
the game for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, like since Herbaceous, I think is the last game that we played where we were like
Yeah.
spent this much time on artwork.
Another
And
watercolor
that's
game.
another game with great watercolor art. So
Mhm.
like yeah, yeah, cool. So jumping straight from the artwork and component quality, I want to go into something that is very related to that, which is thematic immersion. How did you all feel about the thematic immersion of the game? Did you feel like you were species competing for food at a watering hole and possibly getting eaten, and like the traits, did they feel like appropriate?
Dude,
and
I
that
felt
sort
it.
of
I was
That
feeling
was good.
carnivorous the entire game.
You were
I was
so
in the
hungry.
zone.
It's because
Never
your
felt
dinner
hungry in my
wasn't
life.
enough to satisfy you, so you just came in with a hunger.
Yeah, I thought the
It's like
thematic
I like
immersion
it
was
when
really
they fight
coherent.
back.
Mhm.
I like it
What?
when
I
they
think
run.
the thematic immersion was really coherent. The traits just made a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Like the sense of hurting.
Mhm.
They all modeled real life stuff.
Yeah. I also think that like while it didn't come up as this game because we were very generous, in
Right.
other times when I've played the game, the scarcity factor of the watering hole is a really nice thematic element. In this case, like it makes total thematic sense that like all of our species really cared about having food, so we all chucked in a bunch and we always had enough food, and then we were too fat and we got eaten by the carnivores. So like
Mhm.
that made
would-
sense.
Circle
I would
of
think
life.
climate would work really well too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
Isn't there an Ice Age one too? Is that
We were
the
I
talking
don't,
about
beginning?
it.
there are a lot of different games in this series. I don't know all of them, but I'm sure Bruce and North Star would love to fill us in on all of the different evolution
Or
games.
just link everything in the chat.
Okay, so like thematic aversion, yeah, the cards worked, the mechanics of the watering hole worked.
Complexity.
I liked the cards that had to deal with neighboring species.
Yeah.
Are really awesome. It didn't actually come up that much because we weren't playing them / drawing them, other than the warning call and the symbiosis stuff and the
Immediately got
and,
overruled.
right and my
Yeah.
and my cooperation that got immediately slaughtered.
The beginning, evolution, flight, climate, and oceans coming soon.
Ooh, well, we'll get back to that, but that is exciting. Yeah, so as you guys can see, there are a lot of different evolution games in this series, and I've
love
heard
series games,
I've
too.
heard good things about all of them. And okay, sorry, I lost my train of thought. The next category that we want to cover is learning curve. How difficult did you feel it was to learn the game? We're gonna do Praveen last for
I
obvious
think I
reasons.
should go first. I should go first because if I was capable of winning a game without listening to any of the rules at all, it must have a gentle learning curve.
To be fair though, we have Jordan here as a resource to tell us what to do.
That's absolutely true. Take that
Although
for granted.
Jordan is not always the most reliable on rules.
Although we have the most
Yes.
reliable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yes.
has
Yes.
changed.
We
They
have
have-
them for a reason.
They're canonical.
No one can remember all of the rules all the time. That's why you have rule books.
That's true.
I mean, I'm a little bit biased, I suppose, since I have played Evolution in the beginning before, and a lot of the rules are similar. It's just like some differences in how the traits work, and then the body size rule thrown in. I think that's how the games differ for the most part.
Right.
I mean, that game was actually very easy to learn. This one, you just add a couple more things. It's fine. I thought it was, very, very gentle learning curve.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, I think obviously I own this game and I've played it several times, but even the first time that I played it, I thought it was really easy to learn. There's not a lot going on. Like, this is the whole player aid that it describes, like 80% of what you need to know. It's like, okay, draw cards, put stuff in the watering hole, play cards, feed. That's it. Then you just read what the cards do and figure it out. And there's only, 17 cards? So it's not even a lot of variety. Like, you're not going to get surprised by some super rare card that comes out of nowhere and does what I did to Steve last week. So
I mean, if last week's game had this, I think it would have been a little different.
Yeah.
Machiavellian horse. Steal all food from another.
Yeah, I think the learning curve is great. There's like, because the thematic immersion is so good, like everything just makes sense. When you think of hard shell, it's easy to figure out what it does. Like when you think of horns or pack hunting or long neck, like you can kind of internalize roughly what the card does.
It's intuitive.
So that if you see it on the table, it's really easy to be like, oh, they have pack hunting. They're going to come after me, or, oh, they have defensive herding. I'm not going to be able to eat them. Stuff like that. I also really liked that the opposite cards, like ambush and warning call, that canceled each other out. That was really nice. Or like climbing and climbing, stuff like that. Okay, so beyond just learning curve, what did you all feel about the complexity of the game and the depth and breadth of strategy that you had available? So I'm talking about like, did you feel like there was a wide variety of strategies that you could take? You had a lot of options of what to do, and also did you feel like there was depths to each of those strategies? And not every game has to be super complex, super deep, super broad in all of these categories, but I'd like to reflect on that so that people get an idea of like where this game falls.
I think this is kind of a learn how best to play your hand sort of game. I mean, I think the cards you draw are definitely going to provide you with they're going to provide you with a set of strategies, and the more cards you draw in one direction, there are like a number of cards that interact favorably with each other, and you're going to want to put these combos together, and whether or not you're able to is going to be luck of the draw, so you just kind of have to adapt to that. And I think there are going to oftentimes be strategies that are just kind of the clear winners, but sometimes it's not going to be that clear, I think. And I mean, I definitely encountered a point where, oh yeah, I should have maybe hopped on this carnivore train a while earlier.
Right. Other times you draw 18 carnivores.
Yeah, and you need to figure out how to...
I'm a peace-loving soul. I was forced into this life.
You didn't choose the carnivore life.
The carnivore chose me, yeah.
You were eaten by a carnivore in a last life.
I will say that even in the quick game, the flow of cards heavily influenced the way the game shaped. Like, you chose to not go for a lot of carnivores in the mid-game because I had a pretty heavy carnivore board already.
Yeah. Well, it was more like the mistake that I didn't want to give up my burrowing combo, and I was overvaluing the intelligence that I had there, which literally never used it. Never a factor at all. So that was where I made it. But at the same time, if I had, like, intelligence is most valuable when you are a carnivore, I think, given that we had a surplus of food.
Or scarce watering hole situations.
The only point I wanted to make is that I think it would be very interesting to play the standard game as well. I think that would actually be like, now that I've played the quick game, I think the standard game would put a lot more complexity as well as like kind of gaming the people that are playing.
You have to read your opponent's play, right? Yeah.
You have to be like, oh,
I know
Joel
what
just put something down on his 6 body size thing, and he made a new species, and this species has 3 body size right off the bat. I wonder if either of those might be a carnivore, stuff like that.
Yes.
That comes into play. Conversely, like, Praveen might do something, and then I'll go after him, and he'll be like, shit, Jordan's clearly making a carnivore, and I didn't prepare for that, or something like that. So, like, there are a lot of interesting strategies around that. I think the game works fine as a quick play, but I definitely think that there's like an added depth you can go if you really want to be in a like play the person style game. I think that I think there's a lot of breadth of strategy, not a lot of depth, in that like you can go for a carnivore, and then when you're in carnivore, there's like a couple different types of carnivores that you can be based on like what traits you're trying to cancel out, that sort of stuff. And there's like a couple different combos of like cards that you can go for. Like, I want to go super defensive, or I want to be like fertile and fat tissue, or I want to be like a long neck that has cooperation. so that I can help the people next to me and get a lot of free food and avoid the scarcity and stuff like that. So there's like, all these different combinations, so that gives you like a lot of variety, but it doesn't go too deep, so you're never having to like think. I feel like there's not a lot of analysis paralysis in
Thanks
this
for
game.
the follow, Console Lover 12.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
That's my boy. Console gamers, hardcore gamers. No
Yeah.
filthy casuals here.
Console Lover 12, aka Praveen's biggest fan.
I welcome it.
Peasants.
So yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I feel like it's a really good balance where it's like you aren't paralyzed thinking about how deep your strategy is going to go and trying to plan like several turns ahead. You're thinking in the moment what you can do with this hand, as Joel said, and then also like you're adapting to the scenario, which is another great thematic element, and then it's just all about like having a lot of variety of combinations and how the different traits interplay, which I think makes it really interesting, even though, you could say, oh, well, there's only 17 types of cards. That's a lot when you can combine them 3 at a time in any combination. It's like, that's a lot. That kind of goes into our next thing, which is what do you guys feel about the replayability? I kind of prepped that a little bit, but if you guys want to comment on that as well.
Kyle?
I think there's a lot of replayability. I have nothing more to add besides that.
Yeah, every game's gonna be different. Like as any card-based game is going to have that element of randomness that kind of dictates you're gonna have to adapt your strategy again. I will say, like for this type of game, I like it to be something that I don't have to budget a lot of time for. That I just I have friends, maybe we're waiting for something else or whatever, and it's like, oh, you want to have a quick game of X for this type of game. And that's where I think the beginning was stronger, because I think it plays a lot quicker, given that it's
Bye, Narcoleptic
boiled down
Penguin.
a little bit.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Even floating arms
So-
gotta get their beauty rest.
This game is a little bit on the long side for that it doesn't make me want to play it as often as I would, I think, if it were a little shorter.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, it's not gonna get less fun after until you play many games.
That's awesome.
You can plan the card.
I love cards like
there's
that.
an explanation on the back of the card that I didn't realize.
Wow. All right.
I want to actually comment after
Yeah,
Joel's
go for
because
it.
for me I prefer this type of game because if you play something that you would consider like heavy investment, like I don't know, like Terraforming Mars like kind of deal.
Yeah.
I actually, it's just not my style to play games with that much focus because I don't get that invested in like strategy, or like I don't get that focused on winning. So
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not saying you're wrong.
It's
or
a
I'm
gaming
wrong.
preference thing.
I'm just
absolutely.
saying, like in my mindset,
Mhm.
this is kind of the setup that I prefer, where it takes a decent amount of time. So it's like definitely you set up and you're sitting down to play with your friends for a good
Mhm.
investment,
And it's just a
but
good,
it doesn't require like that much.
It's a social occasion.
Yeah.
You can have like a regular conversation over top of the game.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
card is way more thematic than I thought. There's like little, it's like textured.
Right.
Those are seeds.
So what you're saying
Ah.
is it's
And
alive.
it's recycled paper, and you can plant the card,
Uh-huh.
and it will grow into wildflowers.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
I'm
And
so
then
good
feed
at
the
that.
bees.
And then feed the bees.
That's so good.
This is the coolest card ever.
Thank you so much, Narcoleptic Penguin. You're
Yeah,
amazing.
where's my card? Can I grow something into candy?
I would kill a houseplant
Yes.
so quickly.
How do you think the unicorn lollipops came to be? They were
I thought
grown
that's how baby unicorns are born.
from
Lollipop
lollipops.
form, yeah.
Yeah.
Pop
And
out
then
of the
you
ground like that.
you lick them until they grow up.
Joel does that, but
All right. Do you guys have any final thoughts on the game? I think that covers pretty much all the different categories. So do you guys have any final overall thoughts?
I really liked it. There's
Yeah.
not much more.
I
to
had a lot
say.
of fun.
Yeah.
It's a really great,
Okay.
good first board games on
Right.
exposure.
Would play again.
Mhm. Actually, that's a good quality to have. Like, a brand new board gamer
Yeah.
be like it's that sort of category
Right.
of game, or someone who's brand new to the genre is just like it's,
Yeah.
it's nice,
But I would
it's
still,
easy, and
but I would also still pull it out with like my more
your
Yep.
hardcore
experienced.
Yeah, that's actually a really important thing to touch on because as someone who is a hardcore gamer, very obviously.
I would actually. So let me
Sorry,
address the
go
chat
ahead.
point.
Go ahead, because I'm gonna rant for a bit.
I do think this game would work pretty well with people that don't speak English. It would be hard if you don't speak any English because you would have to at least read like the text for the first time. But it's a very visual game. Everything is color coded. A lot of it is like, is this thing greater than this? And they're stacked vertically left to right kind of deal. So there's a lot of images also that make sense thematically. Like the cards that are defensive or herbivore style cards are actual herbivores.
Yep.
That makes sense. So I do think it's pretty good in that use case.
And if you check out Board Game Geek, some people are really good at putting up the translations of certain games. And really, if you just translate
go.
like that card, then you're
It's been
good.
translated into a few languages.
We actually were looking on Board Game Geek today, Kate and I were, and we saw a bunch of different player aids that had been created in different languages on Board Game Geek for this game. So yeah. So anyways, my mini rant, which will culminate in the point that Kate and Joel and Kyle were just talking about, is that as a hardcore gamer, there are games that I don't particularly enjoy as much now that I know them better. Examples being base Settlers of Catan, Ticket to Ride, games that like I feel are too simplistic and or rely too much on chance or a number of different things that like for a hardcore gamer is not really satisfying to me. Those types of games are often seen as the entry-level games for a new gamer. And so I'm like, if I need to play with someone who doesn't play board games and I can't bring them into this like game that I find more exciting, then I play those games and then I don't have as much fun. So there's always this constant struggle to be like, I want to have fun, but I want them to have fun. So it's like finding games where that works and is interesting for everyone is really hard. So I think like Bruce, Northstar, you guys have done something amazing to create a game like Evolution that it ticks all the boxes. It's attractive visually, so it's going to draw new gamers in. It's got a good level of complexity. It's easy to learn. It doesn't have a lot of the elements that turn hardcore gamers off about a game either. So like this is like check marks across the board for being something that works for any type of gamer, and I think that's so incredibly rare that I just really wanted to drive that point home.
Cool. Anything else? Final comments?
I don't think so. I know.
Can we thank Bruce and Northstar Games?
Yes, Bruce, Northstar, thank you guys so much for being here tonight to answer questions in chat and to give us rules clarifications that were super helpful. We had a great time tonight. We hope the viewers had a great time. We hope you guys had a great time. I think we all are looking forward to the next time we get to play Evolution. And I don't know about you guys, but I would absolutely love to play the other games in the series because I have not gotten to play any of them. I've heard a lot about Climate. I know I have a lot of people who've played Climate. You've played the beginnings. I haven't played any of them except this one. So I really hope to get the chance to play them. I'm super excited about learning more about the new Oceans game in the series that's coming out soon. And yeah, I think this was overall, just a really, really great stream and a really great game tonight. So thank you guys so much.
We also promise Kate will be let out of her box. No slaughters were harmed in the making of this stream.
Yes. Yes, find them at northstargames.com. Go buy all of their games. They have a lot of other games. They just kickstarted another game recently.
And the video game's on Kickstarter.
And they
as
have
well.
their video game right now, which you can see in chat. So they do a lot of great Kickstarters. I believe Evolution Climate, and maybe several of the other games in the series were also Kickstarted. So this is a company that has a long history of successfully delivering very high quality games through Kickstarter. So for those of you who like to back Kickstarters, this is one that you can go into knowing that you're going to get a great product out of it. So yeah, definitely check them out. Definitely follow them on Twitter at North Star Games. And yeah, make sure to check for their games at TwitchCon if you guys are going to be there, because a bunch of their games are going to be there, and we're super excited
They're
about
play
that.
to win. So
Yeah, you
could
could
be your
take home a
chance.
copy of one of North Star's games. North Star Games? Something like
North
that.
Star Games.
North Star Games.
North Star
You
Games.
could take home a North Star game.
There you go. Boom. But is it a North Star game or is it a North
Language
Star
hack.
Games game?
And on that note,
Also follow us on Twitter because we will be posting October's schedule this week.
Yes, and tune in on Sunday at 4 p.m. PST for session 2 of our brand new D&D
Yes. I
5e stream,
forgot
Tilted
about
Dragons.
Tilted Dragons.
featuring the greatest board game player of all time, and this
Slaughter.
week's winner. Praveen.
I will not be on this episode. Praveen
Oh, okay.
will be on this episode.
Praveen will definitely be. I don't know who else. It might be a completely
I
different
think
cast
Steve
than
is.
last week.
I believe Steve. as
Praveen,
well.
Steve,
So that would
Patrick,
be a tilted,
Scott.
a very tilted
Maybe
stream.
All right,
Scott.
Maybe
so
Scott.
that's definitely
Definitely Praveen, definitely Steve, definitely Patrick,
Yes,
and then our lovely DM.
yes. It's going to be amazing. Yes, and everyone go check out North Star Games TV. Throw them a follow. Check out their stream tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern.
We will host. It
Yes.
From our channel too.
We are. I'm gonna try and check that out. I think I might be getting on the road around that time, but I will do my best to check it out. And if not, as always, remember you can check out the VODs as long as you North Star Games have VOD archiving turned on. So go check your channel settings. Make sure that that's a thing, because
Call out.
we like VODs. That's not a call out. That's a reminder. It's not a default setting.
It's frustrating to find out.
So-
that's not a
I
default
wouldn't know
setting.
about that. I don't do any technical
Yay!
things.
You guys have VOD. Yay! Awesome.
Cool.
Sweet.
Thank
I
you,
think that's it.
everyone.
Yes.
Have a
Do we have
lovely,
anybody that we want to
lovely,
host? Are there any
lovely night.
raids possible? Maybe check on your laptop would be easier.
Oh yeah.
In board games or
What is a
tabletop, one of
laptop?
the two.
What is technology?
So we're
What
gonna
is
check
love?
and see if there's any other awesome board game streams going on that you guys can go check out
Any
right now.
slightly less awesome than our stream.
Did you find one?
Playing board games.
All right, great.
All right, perfect.
Our good friends playing board games are still streaming, so go over and check them out. We will post the link in chat. We will also post our raid message, which I think is,
If they're
or it's
playing board games, are they
Borgy
playing
Fail,
us?
Borgy Hype,
We're getting played.
They're playing Arkham Horror, the card game.
Table
That's
here,
an excellent game.
table here, flip
One
that.
I
I
think we
think.
should stream.
Flip this,
LHQ
whatever it
approved.
is.
If
Do you
you
do you wanna
learn
type
if you only
our
learn
raid
one
message
thing
in?
from this stream, they
Yeah.
don't have Porridge in Canada.
I think it's just
Life lessons.
Borgy Fail, Borgy Hype, and then the table flip
Next
stuff.
month will be a fundraiser to send Porridge to Canada.
I just don't remember the names of them. It's like table here, flip that, or something like that. You can search for it.
I got some good news today.
What's up?
There
My
we
collection
go.
of board games is supposed to arrive
Table
next
here.
Nice.
And
You're just gonna
Finally.
box the chip.
week. Yep. My took a while for my friends to
Yay.
get them out,
All right, so
but better late
we're gonna
than
post
never.
this in chat. Everyone, copy and paste it. You do not have to be a subscriber. It doesn't matter if you have the emotes. Just go ahead and copy it. Go into playing board games chat. Paste it there to let them know where you came from. Go show them lots of love. They're amazing.
Do we say anything else? Or just that?
That's it. Yeah. So everybody go spam that in their chat. Twitch.tv/playingboardgames. Hope you guys have an amazing night continuing to watch some more board games. What did you say they were playing, Slaughter?
Arkham Horror, the card game.
Yes. We were talking about doing that at some point, weren't
Possibly.
we? Yes.
Maybe on my card game segment.
Yes.
Although we might also have get a second.
So everyone go there.
second core set.
We will host them in a second. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Good night.
Goodbye. And thank you, Kyle, for joining us on your first ever stream
It's a lot
on
of
Tilted
fun,
Table.
actually.
So,
Thank you.
yes, have a good night, everyone. Bye.